Hello. Are we live? Yeah, we're live. We're good. Damn, Sonic music's great. I was like playing some radio, some game radio music before I start things up, man. Sonic music fucking goes hard. If you didn't know that. Well, hello. Welcome to more Wednesday nights. Consistency is good, but yeah, we're finished with Mario Sunshine now. Hooray, we did it. The evil is slain. No, Mario Sunshine was great. I loved looking back at that. But as this was the second option in the poll, and I did not want to disappoint, tonight we are coming at you hard with the future. Is it still thinking? Are you still thinking? I don't know. That was the Dreamcast slogan back in the day. Was it's thinking? It's just some PS3 advertising bullshit. No, hi, welcome. This is the stream of your boy Rob Link, as they say. And tonight we are digging into Sonic Adventure, one of arguably game history's better launch titles, despite the age of the game. So let's I'm gonna boot the old Dreamcast up. Give me a minute to like slink away from the screen here. I thought it'd be cool to actually show off what a Dreamcast like game case and disc look like, because I'm not sure if most people know what that looks like anymore. So like, give me 5 as this thing loudly boots up. Hold on, I'm gonna see if y'all can hear this, because the Dreamcast is on the floor, but despite being a nifty, very forward-thinking console in many ways, this thing is. People joke about like, oh, my PS4 is turning into an airplane. It's like, no, just clean your fans, dog. You're just gross. But Dreamcast, when the Dreamcast disc motor is moving, oh yeah, that's when the good stuff is happening. But give me like a second. So listen to this. If you can hear this, so. Oh, it doesn't do the thing if the disc isn't in there. Well, that was some disappointing. Okay, well, I faked you all out. That's fine. Give me like half a tick. It wouldn't be one of my streams if something wild wasn't going on. I'm getting some show and tell material I should have prepared for earlier, but that's all okay. We're all good. Anyway, so actually before I pop this sucker on, so just to show you guys, the Dreamcast came out in 1999. It's a history lesson tonight. That's okay. Dreamcast came out in 1998/99. Pretty wild when you think back to it. It was Sega's last hurrah for consoles. And you got game discs in 2 flavors. You got the early white covers, this good old Sonic Adventure, pretty good launch title. And then you got the dark black covers, Sonic Adventure 2. They just cut out the Sega part at the end of Dreamcast and just said Dreamcast. Either way, they both line up pretty nicely on shelves. And the player's choice game covers are orange, but they just kind of do it on the spine like how PS1 did it. So they're not that egregious, I would say. It looks like this. There's your disc. Look, good old original Sonic Adventure. None of that DX bullshit. So let's pop in. I don't know if you guys can hear that crazy beep. That is the VMU coming alive. Yeah, this is the sound of the future. PS1 ain't got shit. No, I'm just kidding. PS1's still really good. Yes, that is the Dreamcast startup sound. I've unfortunately had to not... Well, first, there's not 1998. Holy fucking shit. Raise your hand if you weren't even born before that. Raise your hand if you were born before that. We're all old now. We'll set this date because who remembers setting console clock dates, but where's I going with that? Yeah, Dreamcast startup. Shit is wild. But first, wait, no, I've played Saturn games on here before. I was about to say first Sega console we've done. No, first Dreamcast we've done. Unfortunately, no S-video quality display on here. I had to go with composite. Oh, look at that logo. I missed that Sonic Team logo. That was like their Saturn to early Dreamcast days logo. Hold on, I'm going to shut up while the intro rocks. Because this is the shit right here. Just take yourself back as far as you can to like, well, take it to 98. Think like Final Fantasy VII cutscenes and like other bullshit. When the Sega's like, nah, we got this. I'll give some context for why this is such like a wild ass intro trailer, despite it just being like the most incoherently cut thing ever. I can hear the music pumping, get excited. Yeah. Told you Sonic music was good. In case you didn't already know. Hell yeah. Still a fun-ass intro little segment after all these years. Let me... And here's the original title screen, by the way. Oh, wow, that's kind of loud. If that's too loud, someone say something. Because it's a little loud on my end, but it could just be like what I'm hearing versus how I have it broadcasting. Tell me if I'm too unbalanced or not. Oh, that is the fastest way to title screen. I forgot about that. Gosh, so where do you even start? Yeah, okay. Sorry, we'll skip these goofy cinematics. We're spoiling good story points here. So this is also the unadulterated, untarnished,
select a memory card.
Original title screen here. No DX. So I'm talking a lot of shit
select
about
DX. File.
Snitch 2 out actually. Because I was saying earlier, I apologize. We are broadcasting in what is... How about now? I gave it a couple ticks down. Dreamcast is just a loud boy. I'm fine with that, but we are the Dreamcast. I had to use composite video, which the audio should still be like similar output, but the Dreamcast could just be like rocking too hard, which is fine. Cool. Okay, perfect. But yeah, so we're. It looks a little smudgier than Mario Sunshine. We are using composite video, which not bad. It's an older resolution for the system, but it pains me because Dreamcast can support resolutions that are like almost HD natively. You can use a VGA PC output, like high-tech stuff. I can use that like on a PC monitor and it looks like, ooh, chef's kiss. But like Sonic Adventure 1 running like that actually looks really good if you have it set up right. But I unfortunately don't have a VGA capture card device, which I'd love to get one for the sake of making Dreamcast look like buttery smooth, but unfortunately such is not the case, but that's okay. I tweaked it so it still looks pretty good, I think. So we have all my old save files here. We're gonna start fresh. So in other versions of this game too, I think the menus are just loud. Hold on, can I adjust this in the settings?
Options.
I mean, we get to hear the sick menu
sound
music.
Test.
There we, oh, not sound test. Where's
options?
Sound output. Here we go.
You can customize various options.
No. Oh well. So yeah, this is what the original menu would look like in this game, whereas in like other versions of the game, in like DX you have unlockable Game Gear games you can play, at least on GameCube. There's Trial turns into like a mission mode where you hunt down all these weird marks across like the open world map, and oh, the whole song just starts going here, Jesus. You know what, we're gonna press internet because I think that would be funny. So Dreamcast was very much like a system where like, let's get on the internet, and this isn't gonna work, but I just want to show y'all too some weird shit. Look at them. I want to go on the internet with them. What could possibly go wrong? And this is not me avoiding playing this game. I am actually just showing shit up. Oh, I forgot about this music. Okay, so should we go to the Sonic Adventure homepage? Should we check our mail? Oh no, don't dial the modem. That's gonna blow everyone up. So yeah, Dreamcast was hard connected to like get on the internet. Like the thing came with, it's not gonna show anything, but the thing came with a 56K modem slapped on the side of the console. Like nowadays it's bullshit, but theoretically, Sorry, no email. We can't look at what's being sent to me right now on Dreamcast. But theoretically, I think you can still make that work as long as you have someone else responding on the other end. Anyway, I just figured I would... Oh, that's the zoom button. How do I... Oh. Oh, yeah, look at this. This was their dumb little internet browser thing. Either go home... Yeah, look, someone zoom in on that with Big's face just saying stop. I want that. How did I get into that? Start. Yeah, but this was, like, Sega was very much trying to push internet and shit on the Dreamcast. And this stuff is just, like, lost on the new ports. Because, like, why would they keep this? Return to game with it. I like that, though. Big's face is the one that they use for the stop button for whatever media you were doing at the time. But, yeah, that's Dreamcast internet stuff. Like, everything, well, not everything, but lots of games had some sort of, like, view the web page for, like, Sonic Adventure. Or, like, view the Seaman web page. Like, let's go to that one. But, anyway, that's enough tinkering with Dreamcast. Let's stop fiddling for now. Yeah, fun, goofy things. That is just a loud menu, and I don't have a problem with that. That song goes hard, but yeah, Dreamcast is good stuff.
Select a file.
Anyway, let's dig right in. I was just trying to show off any other differences between like the other versions of the game. Maybe I'll plug in the GameCube version before we finish this whole like adventure. Huh? See what I did there? Anyway. So speaking of GameCube version and DX, the biggest change most people will probably notice, because like lots more people are probably familiar with the DX version, is character models. That was the big upgrade, where it was like, hey, look, we upgraded the character models. They look way nicer, and they do. I think the new models in DX from GameCube onwards look really nice. And whether you buy the base version of the game, which like on Steam you buy the base version, but you also get the DLC, which is like the DX shit. I don't get why they separate it like that. They did that for Adventure 2 and the battle content. It's really weird. I don't understand their like logic behind that separation, but like money, I guess. It's silly. But you'll notice the models look a bit more like Dreamcast-y, right? They're not fully like fleshed out, like higher res and stuff, but that's fine. So you got 6 goobers to play as. Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Big Boy, and then E102 Gamma, for those of you who don't read Greek. Let's go to this instruction page too, because no one ever clicks on these. If you haven't figured it out, I'm trying to like expose this game as much as I can. But this was like how you play as Sonic. Which at the time, this made sense, because this was Sonic's first like full-on 3D game, where it was like they based all his movement around like this homing attack and him interacting with environments a bit. But it was still kind of the same, because just run really fast and get to the end of the stage. Game. Click the game button. But yes, so this was, yeah, despite lots of weird attempts on the Saturn, which we will look at someday because those are just fun as hell to poke into. This was Sonic's like first true 3D adventure. Yeah, did y'all hit the game button before you joined? I need one of those. That's like that stupid what is it? That Tiger Electronic where it's like the Doug Funny show when it's like hit the Doug button. What does that one do? It's just like, yeah, this looks a little goofy, but take it back. This is 98, 99.
Oh yeah, this is happy.
And yeah, the voices are goofy, but again, these models, like this Sonic model, even his goofy like lip flaps, I think the slightly less poly count than say like the GameCube DX and onward models that kind of look like a bit too nice for this game. These models, I think, kind of just fit better. I've very much come around to over time that the Dreamcast version is like the pure way to play this game. If you've played this game however you played it and you enjoyed it, who the fuck cares? Like, that's what matters, right? But
you are completely surrounded.
I'm glad I can show off this version because it's different, and texture quality too. Like I mentioned last time, as they go after the thing here, this is Chaos, the main baddie of the game, for those who might not be familiar. And he takes no shit.
Oh no! Our weapons are useless!
Chaos quite literally said, fuck the cops.
All personnel, pull back!
Oh yeah! This could be fun!
You can see how big his brain is. And I like how Sonic's just like Look, I'm gonna go bust up this eldritch creature that has crawled up from the sewer here. This could be fun. But yeah, maybe we'll peek at the GameCube DX version when this is all said and done, just to kind of show off, where it's like to show how different it is. But I know that like the rain here doesn't work as well in the DX version. Like other textures just like don't look as well. They took out a whole lighting engine, I know for sure. I will post a link to this at some point, but there is this like wiki page that is compiled. Compiled like all the weirdly like idiosyncratic changes that were made to this version, like this game over
I'll
time,
play with you some other time.
and like why the original version actually is probably at least worth checking out. I think like it's not as egregious as say like people who like want to draw differences between Metal Gear Solid 1 and like the Twin Snakes reimagining.
Come on, you big drip. Where you going?
Yeah, yeah, big drip. Get it? Because it's water and it's raining outside. Sonic's hilarious. Yeah, Sonic's ball form is so fast. It's like faster than a bullet. But again, this 98 it looks pretty solid, honestly. Oh, but who's this?
You know nothing, fool. It's Chaos, the god of destruction.
Yo, someone did not damper Robotnik's mic. You could hear that echo, and that's okay. But we are still on the vacation theme, because look, Sonic, speaking of vacation, the toucans arrived. Right as Sonic is snoozing. But yeah, like...
Huh?
For those who are so used to seeing the DX version,
What?
even if the models are jarring, I have definitely come around. Oh, he's gonna. Everyone open their mouths. There you go. These character models, I think, just fit better with the environment.
What am I gonna do with you?
Because like as nice as the DX ones look, they change those models without like changing the rest of the world around. And so they very, like, jarringly don't fit. Let's talk to everyone, too. That's a thing. A plane crashed over there on the beach. I hope the pilot's okay. Mr. Sonic! Exactly. Go see him if you can save him. Look at Sonic chilling with these hot babes. It's vacation time. The Flood said with his last dying breath that the vacation begins now. Just my luck. A monster appears, then a plane falls. I came here to relax. This is unbelievable. So the townsfolk, as you go around, will always... Oh, he's Mr. Know-It-All. Wait a second. Here's a clue. Grab the spinning rings. It's important. As long as you've got the rings, you'll be okay, even if you're hit by hazards. Now you know. Oh, and don't worry if the view suddenly changes. It does that sometimes. Keep moving in the direction we want. That's not how cameras work, kid. So keep trying. Yeah, you can always talk to the townsfolk, and they sort of reflect, like, what's going on currently. I was swimming and I missed it. Yeah, me too, kid. But Sonic just chilling poolside. Oh, look, you can go in here. Should we just avoid the first stage entirely? Can I go to the Chow Garden right now? Oh, I can. I won't, though. Not yet. We'll show off the Chow Garden shit at some point. And here's these little hint computers that became a thing. Casino is only open at night. What do you got to say, sir? This like fancy hotel. Call me if you need anything. I heard a loud noise. It sounded like it came from the beach. You think I should take a look? See, I don't think there's anything else I haven't completely covered yet, but enough chittery chatter. What's this one got to say? Oops. Welcome to Emerald Coast. Sticking with the theme of calling first levels like Emerald Hill, Green Hill. I was gonna do that, but yeah, we got a beach level because the vacation starts now. But very iconic start level. I remember when I first got my Dreamcast, I non-stop played the demo disc that came with it packed in and like burned through this stage like way too many times to count, and it makes an impact for sure. It's a very loud like starting statement for the game. Very solid. But you can see how they designed these stages to sort of have like set pieces that you track around, but also just have just big areas where you dash through. And I will say I think parts of this game have aged. Like, not all the levels are graceful and easy to go through, but, oh gosh. Shamu has come to destroy Sonic. And this was like the big scene on the back of the box right here, which is like, look at this set piece. You know, it's just like showing off. Like, what a flex. Actually, let's see if we go over here. But there's like weird areas to explore in the level where you can find other things, and there's an extra life back here. There you go. Yeah, there they are. Don't go back there. And yeah, like by modern standards, and even back then, like this game is a little clunky and it doesn't have it all together. But this version specifically, it shows like, okay, like you got some ideas for Sonic in 3D, like lay them out there. And I think this is like an overall good. And because of like the minor problems that compounded over time with the DX version, like some of the bugs it has, people kind of just forgot. It's like, nah, this game has problems, but it's... I've never felt that they were like problems that made it so bad that it's like, oh, this game just sucks. It's interesting though. I think these games were also just so popular at a point that like they were bound to get people who were just like, nah, I'm not down with this. But yeah, very iconic like early launch game for the Dreamcast. Dreamcast launched, that's what I was gonna say actually. So Dreamcast launched a year later in the US. That does not happen anymore. Consoles usually launch like
Jump on panel number 1.
right around the same time.
Panels 2 and 3.
In terms of
panel or else you'll fall.
so that voice isn't just like helper voice, that's actually a thing in this game's quote-unquote plot. Yeah, Dreamcast launch. Dreamcast came out 98 in Japan, and they delayed it just slightly in the US, but because of that, it had like a banging ass launch where it had Sonic Adventure, Soul Calibur, like a bunch of really good sports titles. Just like a whole slew of things that was like, oh shit, this is a launch game, and it was only out for like 2+ years, but it, like a lot of the good stuff on here got ported. Not everything, unfortunately, but it really made a statement in like a short amount of time, and it's really a shame because you could tell Sega was like throwing their all at it, and it just didn't stack up to the competition, I think. Because like for a year or two though, it was like, man, I remember when I first saw a Dreamcast at my friend's house, and this was the game spinning in it too. But hold on, we'll let Tails divvy what's going on.
Long time no see, huh?
I'm just glad you're okay. What happened anyway? You're too good of a pilot to just crash like that.
Yeah, Tails, you're drunk.
That was a test run using a new prototype propulsion system. It's got a few bugs to iron out.
Why not just use my plane, the Tornado?
And his face is so animated
You
though.
gotta check out my newest power supply. Ta-da!
Oh, Masaka.
Whoa! A Chaos Emerald!
Yep. I just happened to find one of the 7 emeralds during one of my test flights. This
Where'd
thing's
he
got
find it?
amazing
Was it just
power,
like
you know.
chilling in the sky?
So
I never thought about that
figured,
before.
Why not use it to power my plane? Supercharged! You gotta come over to my workshop, Sonic. I've got something I've gotta show you. It's in the Mystic Ruins. The fastest way is by train. Let's go!
Obama did chuckle. And now we gotta head to Mystic Ruins. You can now play as Tails! And that was the other big part of this game. So originally we only had Sonic to play as, but the character unlocks come at you fast. But yeah, Dreamcast had a real solid launch. And like had a lot of speed for a second, but it just could not stop like the massive onslaught of just variety and like extra power under the hood that was the PS2 inevitably coming out. So that was definitely a thing. Ooh, let's talk to Businessman. What's he got to say? Do you like the view from the station? I love the sea. The sea's always there for me. Look at this Station Square town, by the way. This is big overworld. Well, not big, but it's like it's an overworld enough for a Sonic game that you're not just like dicking around the city the whole time. Which like problems like that would come in way later with other games. But farewell, old relationship. Hello, new relationship. That's what I always say. Words to live by. La la la, we're in love. There's a special for couples at Twinkle Park. If you bring a date, you can get in free. Man, Disneyland would lose so much money if they did that because people would just scam that. Come back here later. But yeah, there's like this little overworld here, and it's not a lot, but it's like it's just the right size, I think. It's smaller than like a Isle Delfino, but it's got little nooks and crannies here. On the newsstand, saleswoman. I'm always the first one to read the news. Yeah, I would hope so. Yeah, like, oh, look at the cops are blocking us off. After Sonic blew up that, like, Area 51 prototype that escaped. Oh, what's this cute little girl have to say? Have you heard? Somewhere out there is a man called Dr. Robotnik. First he captures helpless animals and then throws them into machines. The poor animals. Ma'am, have you played Sonic the Hedgehog? Yeah, exactly. Where's Sonic throwing a hat to like turn into a person? Is this like New Donk City, New Egg City? Oh, that sounds too cool. That sounds like a. It's like a little kid giving you like tool tips. That's always been a thing in Sonic though. It's like a jump timing. It's like jump, hold, tap. You get a low jump. You hold it, you get a higher jump. That was in the 2D game, so that translates well, I think. I'm going to the beach, the casino, and Twinkle Park. It's like a resort town, basically. Casino only open at night. And so you may have noticed at the end of the stage 2, we got what was an emblem. They're basically like, they're not the stars of this game, they're more just like marks. Like they let you know you got done with the game, but the adventure field has some of them wandering around. And I think they wanted to treat them like stars for completion, you know, but in this game they didn't really take off like that. Low pay, hard work, what am I doing? Oh, a customer, I'm sorry, man, that guy just got too real. Train's headed to Mystic Ruins, I guess. Sorry, train porter. What's this businessman gotta say? Look around, the train's packed with exhausted people, but look at me, I'm full of energy. I couldn't tell, sir. Jeez. Yeah, real shame the Dreamcast died out when it did. It packed full of like good ideas, good arcade ports, and just a real fun console. But thankfully, most of the good stuff there survived. Not everything, but I think Mystic Ruins as well was one of the. Oh yeah, no, music in this game is top tier. I mean, most Sonic games, as I kind of break the level here, have the pleasure of. I don't want to go there yet. Being blessed with good soundtracks. That's how you know, like, if a Sonic game is bad and it also has a bad soundtrack, you like, you didn't do, you like fucked up some like bad deal or whatever. Searching for the ruins. I'm still new here, so let me go very far. So yeah, this is. Let me go in first-person thrilling mode here. Where this is Mystic Ruins. One of the other major hub areas where there's archaeologists here on a dig. They're searching for Chaos Emeralds, I think. When I woke up, the mountain was already there. I don't think it sprung out of the ground. So even though it's like hard to tell, the implication is like part of Mystic Ruins had this like giant mountain fall next to the side of it. It's supposed to be like this section, and we can explore there later. And that's supposed to be Angel Island, which is where Knuckles comes from. He fell out of the sky, he's like shit on everyone, he's like, oh, bad stuff is happening. But if you look around, like, this looks pretty good. Like, the textures look nice enough, and, you know, for a Dreamcast, like, early era, like, stronger than N64 PS1 kind of game, this looks pretty solid. They changed so many of these textures in the GameCube version that it's like, it's different. Ruins of an ancient civilization are here. Came to check it out. Can I go in this house? You can't go there yet because there's no minecart that's come back in, but I'm just doing my best to like pick apart this thing because I feel like when people play this, they don't usually talk to everyone. House on top of the hill. A fox named Tails lives there. Calls it his workshop. Maybe that's where Tails is now. Oh, I guess we should go there.
If it isn't Sonic!
Like, listen to how his voice has that extra echo behind it.
It's a giant talking egg.
He got mixed in at a different point.
I am Dr. Robotnik. the greatest scientific genius in the world.
And notice at this point, he's still calling himself
Whatever you
Robotnik.
say, Eggman.
And then Sonic calls him Eggman.
I've got big plans, and now I'm gonna put them to work.
You're always up to no good. Now what do you want?
I want all of the Chaos Emeralds.
He's also got a jamming theme.
Severe, or else.
Or else what, you big loser?
Oh shit.
Or else I'll
Sonic,
take
keep it
them from
PG.
you by force, the hard way.
I was gonna joke and say like Robotnik just pulls out like a Glock, but that actually happens in another game. It's really out of place. But we'll get there at some point. If we ever actually get to playing Adventure 2, which that probably will happen, I guess, at this point. No, what are you talking about? Everyone just animates like that. Your fingers don't just constantly... No? I guess they wanted to remind you that he's Tails. Like, I think they're flexing the fact that they could animate, but they never stopped to ask whether or not they should. But yes, this is Egg Hornet, the first, like, sub-boss, if you will, for the game. And yeah, many people kind of forget this with this game, but up to this point, Robotnik was Robotnik in the US. Like, or Ivo Robotnik is his full name, I think, that they made for him. But he's just Eggman, because I mean, in his old art, he looks like a giant walking egg, like a Humpty Dumpty looking kind of character. So this was the game where like they started calling him Eggman as like Sonic was teasing him, but by Adventure 2, they had just like adopted it over, and I always saw that as like how Final Fantasy games used to have the wrong numbers, but then they were like, no, we're just starting at 7 now, get used to it. And that was like, this game made a joke about that, but oops, I messed that one up. But that was like this game kind of having fun with it, and then they just said, well, don't worry about it now, you're gonna have to get used to it. But he's still got his like classic floating
you some other time.
egg, I guess it's like a little egg cruiser there. It's like his Bowser clown car, except he always rides in it. Which I don't know, I don't think one inspired the other, because Mario World had just come out when Sonic came out. I think they came out the same year. So they wouldn't have known about the Bowser clown car, because that didn't exist yet. Right? Bowser clown car wasn't until... What game was that? Oh, Mario World. Yeah, shit, I just said that. I like those like weird explosion sounds as he like slowly goes down to. And watch what happens here. Nothing makes sense
so
right
hard.
here.
Oh no!
Like, look at the weird angle of how the claw like clipped through the sky. What kind of fucking like Truman Show bullshit is that?
Chaos!
Oh, feed your Tamagotchi, make it bigger. Oh, it was you.
No, isn't that the same monster I saw the other day?
I like how he totally misses. It goes like right over Chaos too. So the shit, you're so goofy.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, you feed him and gets
Just as the
buff.
stone tablets predicted.
And you gotta love it, right?
Strength increases every time I feed him a Chaos Emerald.
Robotnik just like
With all 7 emeralds in him, he'll be invincible and work for me.
the scientist who basically
Together,
just...
we'll destroy Station
Well, hold
Square.
on.
And on its ruins, I'll build Robotnik Land, the ultimate city, where I will rule it all.
I mean,
Come on, Chaos, let's find another emerald, shall we?
he does eventually just build a theme park, so Robotnik Land isn't the craziest thing in the world. He just wants domination. But
Sonic! We can't let him get away with this, can we?
No way, Tails!
Without more emeralds, the monster can't transform. So, it's up to us to get the emeralds before Eggman does, huh?
yes, sir. So there you go. So now we have to hunt down Chaos Emeralds, which is put to a little bit more of a forward plot point than in, say, other Sonic games, where the emeralds were always like your secret factor for completing the game, whereas here they're more of a necessity, which would become the long-running trend of ever in like any Sonic game. And it actually is kind of a shame, because in Sonic 2 and 3, that was always such a strong reward. Like, ooh, get all the emeralds, get maybe a secret fun set of extra levels, get Super Sonic in every stage. And they wouldn't bring that back as like having Super Sonic unlockable for a long time. This is Tails' workshop, by the way. It's not much. We can go inside here. Not really much to do, but you can get a good look at Sonic here. You got his cool little like his like ass tails on the door. They are not animated there, thankfully. But it's a nice logo. No branding. Gotta make it known that he's some weirdo working out here in the forest while these people are coming to like hunt the ruins. But yeah, Robotnik, this scientist like building Death Stars and like, mechas is just like cool. Ancient stone tablets. Let's rock. There's a way you get to that emblem there. I forgot how you do it. Hold on. He's like, I see no problem that could go wrong here. I think ideally you can fly over there as Tails. That's what you're supposed to do. Because what's nice about this game is this overworld is shared, right? So you're not just playing as Sonic here. Eventually you come back as every character at different points in time. But like that emblem over there, which I'm goofing around trying to see if I can flex and get it. I probably can't right now. But if I can, then I guess I will have impressed you all. But if I can't, we'd definitely come back as Tails. But yeah, Robotnik just not making a lick of sense. Because sometimes you can kind of jank the walls. There you go. So I want to get it like that. Hold on. Let's see if we can do this. See if we can do this just for the flex. Nah, it's not going to go up the way I want it to, I think. My camera in this game, not the best. Because I need to get him to, like, pop if I want him to go over there. Ooh, never mind. We got it. Nice. I'll go for the marks when I see them, but one thing I will actually say, though, emblems in this game do almost nothing for completion. Sans like maybe unlocking a few like bonus stages, but if I'm remembering it right, and we don't really do anything back here, I'm just making sure there's... Yeah, you need Knuckles to get back there, I think. Or a move for Sonic later. This just leads to another Chow Garden, by the way. Yeah, no, boy howdy, though. Emblems in this game, it is not worth completing. In the DX version, at least, you get like an alternate skin where you can use like Metal Sonic in all the Sonic stages and like all the Game Gear games, and that's cool. But in Adventure 1, there's really like nothing you unlock, and it's kind of sad because it's like they have all these emblems and marks, but they're mostly just for completing challenges. Adventure 2, though, that is like the best unlock system I'd seen in like any Sonic game, and like that, like with the you're always unlocking stuff for your ranks in there, and like that's cool. Oh right, so we gotta go in this cave over here with like. There's this green pedestal. I wonder what goes in here so the wind can blow us up. Enough of me messing around. We'll probably play Adventure 2 at some point. Not right after this, though. I would love to figure out how to get my Dreamcast popped in through good video. Maybe I'll just ball out and get a VGA capture card. My problem with that, though, is... That would be useful for PC, but it's like the next capture card, like big piece of stuff I want to invest in for you guys is I want to get an HDMI card for y'all. I really want everyone to be able to see me play some newer games too, so I can have some more variety. I love showing off this old stuff, but y'all deserve some good balance between that two, because I want to finish Kingdom Hearts at some point. I need to get back on that train. But a VGA would be nice just so we can show off like different PC stuff sometime as well if I don't want to do HDMI or if I want to do the Dreamcast looking nice. At that point, I'm really just buying one to show off Dreamcast games, and you know what? It's worth it because it is wild that the Dreamcast can support such high resolutions for being like a console that came out before HD systems. Like, Dreamcast games, resolution-wise, can look better than, like, some PS2 and GameCube and Xbox games. Not all of them, because there are definitely some Xbox games, original Xbox, that, like, pump up the power and look pretty nice if you have them hooked up right. But this is Windy Valley, by the way. Really simple and fun stage. Ah, we're running on the air. Oh, no. Here we go, we're getting carried away by a tornado, and goodbye, Sonic just died. I guess they don't call it Windy Valley for nothing.
Head straight up. You should be able to get out of the tornado.
I thought the tornado was Tails' ship. We're trying to get into the tornado. And see, look, they're the bounce pads. They brought that little mechanic back, but we already know how to use it. Oh, I just dodged that thing. Probably shouldn't have tilted the controller there. Sometimes your momentum follows through really well when you hit springs. There we go. And there we go. We're out of here. Oh yeah, crank it up. This track slaps. So, for you eagle-eared listeners, don't question that statement. If you look up the first level soundtrack for the Genesis OST for Sonic 3D Blast, this is the first level music. The music in that game is so good, and it is unfortunate that it is tied to that game. I like 3D Blast, but 3D Blast has some problems. You know, it's definitely a weird game. Like isometric platformers don't usually tend to work unless they're more like puzzle platformers, right? Sonic is not the one you'd expect to take that kind of cues if you've ever looked at 3D Blast. But the music in 3D Blast is like top-tier Genesis Sonic music. And it was so good, they decided to just bring it back for a lot of these Adventure 1 tracks. Like, it's that good. So, I forgot what the level is called in there. It's not Emerald Valley, it's... Oh, I missed that just completely, jeez. Just look it up, do your homework. Or look it up right now so you can hear the cool comparison. See how they reused it. It's awesome. Oops, oops, oops. There we go. I want to get in this wind tunnel right here. But I mean, look at this. Now we're just like up in the sky. Look at this wild ass skybox. Like, even though the camera's kind of going crazy, as long as you hold forward, you're pretty safe. Those rings will all catch up to me eventually if I stop. There you go. Oop, going wild now. But I think they at least managed to capture that same kind of like we're going fast loop-de-loop feel of Sonic, but still include like some platforming stages. But at the same time, look, we just found a Chaos Emerald, no big deal.
Yes. Yeah, not bad.
Also, something I've got to mention right there is time. Like, I've spent maybe like 2 to 4 minutes in a level each for a Sonic game. That's about like average. A big problem 3D Sonic games start to have later is that like sans doing weird extra missions in Adventure 2, like past that, there a lot of the games kept you in levels for way too long. Like you took way too long to beat levels. Like if you're in a Sonic stage for I'd say more than 5 minutes, something's not right. And I'm not even talking about if you're playing like treasure hunting stages or shooting stages. I think those work fine.
Will be departing soon.
You know, I get that they're a bit of a change of pace in the action sometimes, but in like an actual like Sonic stage, if you're trying to go fast and you're doing it for more than 5 minutes in one stage, I think that's a problem. Like unless you're on like a final stage in the game and you're just really like testing your platforming skills. Even though we got really no cue there. It's nighttime in Station Square. Look at how the lighting has changed. By the way, look at like the cool skybox in the background. It is sunset period. Hey, Sonic, is it true you saved the entire world? What's happening with Angel Island? Don't worry, kid. I go to the casino every night. The lights are really pretty at night. Thanks, Mom, taking your kid to the casino. Normally you can ask the little hint ball here for help.
Somewhere in the city where you can go down into the sewer.
All right, okay, now I know what we need to do. We need to go find the sewer. Wow, it's so much bigger than my hometown. Talk about culture shock. They're going inside. I hate sunsets. What? Oh, weirdo. Sunsets are great. Oh, everyone's enjoying this Sonic sunset on a nice Wednesday night. I own this building. Well, I'm not sure about this, but kids love to go on little treasure hunts. Once my son found a weird pair of shoes in the sewer. I told him to put them back, and he ran outside. What does it mean? Where's this gross kid's like sewer shoes? My husband is an adventurer. When he leaves home, you never know when he'll be back. Oh no. Yeah, that's what he's doing, lady. He's an adventurer? Pretty sure, yeah, we just jump into this sewer hole that's conveniently right here. Don't worry about that. Y'all ever just leave home and have an adventure? A Sonic adventure? No? Okay, so this right here...
Now you've got light speed shoes. Press and hold the action button to store up power.
This right here
Once you have enough power, release the button and you can do the light speed dash. The light speed dash lets you race toward rings at light speed. As long as there's a trail of rings, you can go just about anywhere.
There we go. Okay, so this is, like you said, light speed dash. We're just in this weird sewer section. This is a mechanic that got refined in a much better way in future Sonic games. Lightspeed Dash is this very, like, clunky mechanic in this game because you have to charge it up and then use it. So, most people forget about this because Light Dash eventually was, like, incorporated as just, like, tap a button and go, and it works way better like that. That's, like, such a key mechanic of Sonic in 3D now for how they design levels. I think that's fine. Also, look at this. You can get a free gold Chow egg here, but this guy's, like, security bars come in, so you have to go plop it down somewhere else. You have to get a fake in here. Don't use the back door. Yeah, fuck you, Sonic. You get the fake stone one, I think over here it is? Where is it? There you go. If you want the gold Chow egg, you have to give him this fake rock. I'm gonna leave it here. Do I like Sonic Adventure or Sonic Adventure 2 better? That's a tough question. I think my mind goes back and forth. I think Adventure 1 does better at, like, making sure you're playing as Sonic most of the time. Because, like, half the game is at least Sonic, and the other half is kind of just the other goobers. But Sonic has, like, 9 or 10 missions, and you're playing most of his, like, really long story. And, like, Tails and Knuckles, who are more similar, have, like, 4 or 5, and the rest have a few. But while I think Adventure 2 improves on things gameplay-wise, and, like, kind of refines things a lot better, the game is definitely split into thirds. Like, a third of the game is the speed characters, and then the other two
This area has sure changed a lot.
Oh gosh, I didn't realize he talks there. The day is done and work is over. Let's hit the casino. Did you play this online on Dreamcast? I only was able to have my Dreamcast online for like a snippet of time. I remember there was a summer, and it was like, God, 2001 or 2, where like I played Phantasy Star Online. And I like messed with like the little events in here. I was gonna show a picture at some point where like this game didn't have much, but eventually, look, you can just pick up this like burger shop mascot, by the way. Goodbye, friend. What's this lady got to say? Now it's nighttime though. High score. What's she talking about? High score. What's this girl got to say? Sure fooled me. It's just a statue in front of the burger shop. I hear it goes on trips sometimes though. But yeah, I had for a while tried to hold off on doing Dreamcast stuff because there are old bits of downloadable content that you can find out there that like exist that are archived and backed up, especially for Adventure 2. There are like different holiday skins for like a lot of the characters. There's a bunch of extra missions and like just really cool things you could get for the Dreamcast version of Sonic Adventure 2. Some of those things were in the battle version, like on GameCube and everywhere else, but some of them were just lost to time. And that's unfortunate, but you could have gotten that. But the thing is, I would have needed to get like a really like special memory card that's like not worth spending the money on, in my opinion, for me anyway. But it's definitely neat that that stuff exists. But yeah, I've definitely messed around with like Dreamcast Online back when it was a thing. Like the fact that we even like had the space for me to do it in our living room, I was like, I remember my mom said you can have this subscription for 2 months because you had good grades. And it was over the summer, and it was a fun summer. It was mostly just messing around on web pages and playing Phantasy Star, but it was worth it. But yes. fun stuff. But yeah, which one do I like better? I think I like, what's this kid got to say? Oh god, Sonic's about to kill him. My mom went to the casino and hasn't come out yet. Oh no. Sorry, kid, this is the casino. You gotta have a Sonic level at the casino, right? Oh, and look at that. There's a little poster. Hard to see sometimes in the background, but Chow in space. They're really trying to push the Chows back then.
Ready?
Actually, no, I'll do this level first, but you can get an item that lets us speed up the light dash. And that's going to be very helpful. Ready for some sexy-ass casino music, by the way. So we're going to fool around for a bit first. So the goal of this level is to get to the Chaos Emerald that is held within like this prize chamber over to the side there. And you get up to the level that the emerald is on by getting rings. There is supposed to be a way where you can like clip through the stage and like totally bypass the whole point to this level. I'm not gonna do that. So Sonic just gets like claw machined up normally. I think you need like 300 rings. And you just make this giant Scrooge McDuck money pit. That's cool. But there's supposed to be like a way where you can like clip through the stage and you like bypass that completely. And I'm not gonna do it now, but trying anyway. But there are several main attractions here. The most core one is, or the two main ones are pinball. So we'll play Sonic Pinball first. Because it wouldn't be a Sonic game if we weren't messing around in a casino playing like pinball stages, right? I should speedrun. Yeah, right. No, I do not know all the little doodads and stuff. I just remember that was one that I saw a long time ago. Was like I saw someone clip through there, and I was like, oh shit. Which is because this mission, for if you don't know like the sequence for like how to get a whole boatload of coins and just like stock things up, it's a pain. Like, because it's like, oh shit, like I gotta keep going through all these stages, and I think it's like if you don't get 100 coins in a paintball stage, you get kicked out to the sewers, which I'm actually trying to get to the sewers right now, because that's no, go up the thing. Oh, I'm trying to get Sonic to at least go on some of the different paths in the pinball level, because some of them are pretty fun. The pinball stages are fun here. There we go. I think I'm dead. Am I in the sewer? Yes, I'm in the sewer. Okay, cool. Because you get cool music here, too. What sucks, though, is I have a lot of rings, so I really have to be careful. I need to get a shield item of some kind. Oh, no, there's thankfully not pachinko. We are saved. But yeah, no, probably no speedrunning for me. I don't feel confident enough with this game to speedrun. In a game in which the character is meant to go fast, that is better left for others. I could probably learn this game if I really gave myself like the time, because I mean I know the game itself pretty well, but no, there are a lot of little goofy glitches and stuff in this game. Though. I'm trying to be a little careful because I think a spike wall comes up at some point here. I don't want to run into it. I missed all of those. Holy moly. Go up here, please. Or a speedrun any game? I don't know. I think it would probably be a game that I really enjoyed to the point of like, let's like learn it enough that I break it, you know? That's where speedrunning comes from, that kind of essence of like, not just like, let's do a game fast, you know, set high records, but like, I think, you know, regardless of where like speedrunning might change someone's point of view for a game, like how they enjoy it, I think that it still comes out of like a love for the game. Like you love this game enough that you created this like different way of enjoying it for yourself. I think that's strong. But that's just a description though, how I view it. So like, what would I actually want to play though? We are doing very good on rings, by the way, so I'm terrified of getting hit by anything. Oh, can I get this superpower right here? Please get the invincibility. Oh yes, okay, cool. I get this Okay, we are safety boys right now. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me clench up so I can actually just like clear this stage. And look how Sonic like washed himself off, by the way. He knows he's filthy from the sewer. And Tails is also following a Sonic 2 style, if no one knows that. Look at Sonic take a shower right now, Sonic shower scene. And this game is rated, like, E for everyone? I don't think so, ESRB. This is a safer work Sonic stream, I'm sorry. To censor this. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe Mystical Ninja Star and Goemon on the N64. I really like that game, and I feel like I know that game like back and forth in a normal sense. So it'd be interesting to see if there's like things you can glitch through, or like an ideal path, or just something in that game. It depends. I don't know. I probably wouldn't pick a Sonic game though. I feel like. Oh no, he is not. Tails is taking it all in. Sonic shower scene is go. Wait, do I have like just not enough? Are you serious? I'm locking just like that few rings? Okay, well. You know what? You're not even wrong. No feet, we are safe. All you feet fiends, go to sleep. We'll get you some other day. I'm gonna do this pinball stage really quick too, because we gotta show it off. Yeah, it's Knights, motherfucker. This began the long trend of Sonic Team literally just going like, hey, remember Knights? So it's literally just card and pinball. No pachinko, but you line up card combos if you can, and it's just bullshit from Knights. So you got like the little, you got the girl, we got Riala, which is like the rival character, you got Ellis, or Elliot, I think his name is. Claris is the girl. Knights is fun. I should play Knights sometime. Play the Christmas Nights too. Maybe I'll do that on Christmas if we are still COVIDing and being safe inside, or like around Christmas. Everyone needs to be with their families if you can on Christmas. Or if you don't celebrate Christmas and you just do something for the holidays, you should do whatever makes you happy in that sense. There you go. All inclusive. Those are the little like Nightopians. But you just make matching. Yeah, we got the second stage. I want to fall off this stage in a second. But you keep going for card pairs, and then it has the little like egg catcher on top. Not egg catcher, but that's where you like put the little gems that you get in Knights. I never knew if there was like more of a secret to this pinball stage, but I'm trying to get into some of the rings in the back because then it'll take Sonic on a cool path and it'll like show you guys something. So hold on. There we go. Yeah, look at that. We're warping away into Knights Land. But this is literally like Sonic Team just being like, please don't forget Knights. Like, for fuck's sake, please don't forget Knights. Knights became their, like, God, who's a character that gets I'm trying to think if there's, like, a character that gets referenced a lot by, like, a major company, but, like, doesn't get games for it a lot. I don't know. Yeah, that's Knights. I'm gonna dip out of this after, Hold on a second. Shake the table. Ooh, maybe. Is that just because Knights has the weird hair? Or like the weird little like ear spikes? Is that Sega's Charger Binks? No, the issue with Knights is like, the Knights games are fun, but I mean, it's really like one game. It's just like a fun, simple like tech demo idea. Because it was supposed to be the game on Saturn that was like, here's what you use the 3D gamepad for, right? And like, I'll show that off someday. But Knights on the Wii sucks. Like, I remember I got that when it came out, because I was like, ooh, they're making a new Knights game, but, like, they added a whole adventure mode to it, it's like, Knights is such an arcadey, simple, like, that's a game, like, you play and get high scores in, as, like, Tails clips into Sonic there, in a cool pose, but...
Yeah, not bad.
But Knights, Sonic Team loved to reference Knights in, like, just about everything at this point. They didn't reference Burning Rangers, though. Thank God everyone forgot about that one. The joke is that Burning Rangers is really cool. Which was like the times Sonic Team made a firefighter extreme simulator, like action platformer on the Saturn. I should play that someday too. I do have that, even though it's the Japanese version. Oh, remember the ice crystal appeared over there. Yeah, not too bad on the casino level. I got to show off some of the doodads in there.
Yeah.
Oh no. It's an Eggman drive-by.
Oh Oh no, the Chaos Emerald!
Oh, no, you don't.
Look at him just like knock them out. Yikes.
Eggman.
Like, here, do some drugs, Sonic. After a wild night on the town.
Oh, man. What happened to that emerald we just had?
I guess Eggman's got one of them.
Sonic
But the
now
other one's
starred
safe.
in The Hangover
That guy
Part
must
4.
Be desperate.
That means his 2 to our 1, and that's not good. Come on, Sonic, we need to get busy.
Yeah, no shit, Tails. You can do math. Yeah, Eggman's on a quest for the emerald. So hold on a second. Before we get the crystal... Wait a second. Can I go in this cafe?
headed for
I
the
go in this
Mystic
cafe.
Ruins will be departing soon.
Good food, Station Square, thank you. Now I'm gonna go grab, there's an upgrade that we can get, which is not necessary, but it really helps. So, something you might notice is Sonic's shoes change just a bit. This would get implemented a lot more in Adventure 2, once again. But you have, Sonic Team is really trying to force, like, upgrades. There you go. Which were, like, they would change the appearance of your character. Like, almost like RPG, like action-adventure kind of style.
This
Which,
is
I mean,
the crystal
adventure,
ring.
duh. But
This reduces the time needed to store power for the Lightspeed Dash.
it doesn't reduce it by too much, but it's significant enough. So it's like now Sonic's, like, new shoes, his fresh new J's, and his bling on his arm will show up in cutscenes, which is kind of cool, because that carried over again a lot more in Adventure 2, but
The train headed for the Mystic Ruins will be departing
like, see,
soon.
we got that way faster, which is nice. I think Sonic has one more upgrade. Every character in this game has at least one or two upgrades. It's nice. It's not a lot, but whereas like in Adventure 2 they really push the upgrades, where like every stage you can get an upgrade for your character if you search around enough. A lot of the upgrades are used more for completion in that game, but you still got some cool stuff going around though. Also, welcome to anyone else, by the way, who has joined in between. I know it's focused on the game a lot, but I'm glad you are all here on this lovely Wednesday night as we push through the summer. If you are like me and you are a resident of the United States, and more specifically California, we are going back into more of a lockdown, shutdown situation because people are dumb and people aren't taking this whole pandemic thing as serious as they should be. But hey, that means you get even more of an excuse to see me stream, and I get to see your lovely digital faces every night. I can imagine you guys all hanging out here with me, so thank you for joining. But yes, hope everyone is staying safe and doing well as we can. But yeah, now we're in this like cool ice cave as we explore more of the ruins, by the way. So down here is a path where we cannot go just yet. We can make Sonic tread on the wall for a minute, and that's always cool. We'll get back there soon. I think there's an emblem at the bottom of this pool. Okay, there's not. I'm just a huge liar. I thought there was. Maybe that's when you play as like Big or someone else who can't swim normally. That's a fast as hell ladder climb for Sonic. Ice Cap. Definitely good old reference to Ice Cap Zone in Sonic 3. And this is another large multi-tiered stage, much more like like Windy Valley. Yeah, no, the music in here is quite different. And you see how like Sonic looks like he almost has like snow on his quills. That's part of what I mean by like you can't see that on the new models in the DX version. Like they just don't show up. Like there's parts and like different things in this stage that like show up in here that look really nice that just like get lost in translation because of like the changes in the ports. The only thing that sucks sometimes about the music changes is the fact that Tails is freaking out up there for one, but 2, sometimes you're just jumping through stages so fast that you don't have time to like catch the good music tracks, and that's kind of a shame. Oops. This came out in 98. 98, 99. It's like 7, 8 years old when this came out. But yeah, oh yeah, I didn't even finish talking about it last time, but, oh shit. I'm just goofing up these jumps. But no, when this came out, I remember being at my friend's house. I had an N64, I think my friend's brother had one, but then my friend had the PlayStation, and then, when I went over to my friend's house one day, I was like, wait, what's that weird, like, square white box in the corner you got? And he's like, oh, it's a Dreamcast. I'm like, a what? And I didn't even know. I was like, oh shit, Sega made another console? Because I played the Genesis that my cousin had a lot when I was young. And I saw a Sega Saturn in a store a few times, but because the Saturn did so poorly in the US, you know, it was like, it was here and it was gone, and they really tried to push the Dreamcast like that hard. So, I mean, it was like, it couldn't be ignored, the fact that I remember my friend had one, and like, he was playing this, he played a Sonic level, and then he let me play like one of the, like, the E102 robot levels, and I was like, wow, this is the future, man. And it's just like memories of seeing the Dreamcast first, and like, I eventually got one, and like, I would rent a bunch of stuff from my video stores, like, not even just that, but like old local game shops, like a lot of the game employees, like the store employees were like really hyped up on the Dreamcast. Like I remember there was a guy that helped me pick games out, and he's like, man, you should try this crazy thing called Shenmue. It's this like open world adventure crazy game. It's like, oh, it's totally like, you've never seen anything like this before. And, you know, he wasn't wrong.
Use the panel
Shenmue is unique, and maybe we'll look at Shenmue someday, but boy is Shenmue not held up. Shenmue's fun though, I like Shenmue. Hold on a second, my computer is making a dumb notification. It's like getting in my way, I can't see shit. No, go away, Steam, I know you're updated. Okay, anyway, sorry about that. Yes, good old 98, 99. This is Dreamcast launch game. Good solid stuff. Wait, am I going this way? Yeah, I'm going this way. Oh, here we go. So I forget the little trick here, but see how Sonic's snowboard is yellow and blue there? There's a way you can get it. It might be when you're doing like special stages, or like depending on which character you're on. But you can change it so it's like the same color as your like blue snowboard from Sonic 3 or Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But again, more set pieces. Like, look how wild this is. I think this definitely fits in tone with Sonic in terms of like how things were before. It's like, oh, you're doing an action stage, you're doing a bit of platforming, and then all of a sudden, skirt, you're on a snowboard. It's just like you doing goofy, dumb, fast Sonic things. I'm trying to see if I can get to some of the higher up areas so I can do some tricks. There we go. Oh, I messed it up. So you can do, there's a bit of a trick system here, and I've never been super good at it. But once again, like, killer music, and me like bungling up all the tricks. Amazing. Can I get this one? No, I can't. That's okay. There's a way to do it, I swear. And, like, all these crazy planes flying in the background are like nuts. Wait, am I doing this wrong? I thought I'd be doing something wrong here. Oops, there we go. It's no SSX, but it'll do. Oh man, I am not. Oof, I did not do good on any of those jumps. That's okay. There's not much to the higher path up there. They really only make use of that in like the mission mode and in the DX version. There you go.
Yes. Yeah, not bad.
We're definitely on an adventure, I'll tell you what. Okay, now we have 2 emeralds, and then Robotnik has 2 emeralds. Which, when you think about it, where'd the other emerald go? That tail tat? Did you just like have it like hidden in his like butt tails or something? Like where'd the Windy Valley one go? I'm not saying I wanted to get stolen, but how did we not drop both of them? Were we not that drunk at the casino? What's this guy gotta say? After studying it, I found it similar to the stratum, but actually it's part of the border. There's a difference. It's pretty interesting. This guy's just nerding out about this cave and how it attaches to the Angel Island area.
The train headed for Station Square will be
where is
departing
he?
soon.
Yeah, over here we got a friend. Oh no.
What's up, Knuckles?
Oh shit.
Something bugging you?
As he charges up his Mega Man X
No
laser.
time for games, Sonic. Give me the emerald you have, right now.
Oh shit.
What? Let's just see you take him. Huh.
And it's like, they kept Knuckles as this rival character,
Oh no.
which he was always that when he showed up in Sonic 3. But the thing is, like, what happened to the end of Sonic 3, where he, like, is kind of on your side because he realizes Robotnik's an idiot? Like, he just got tricked again?
Oh no.
It's kind of a lame fight, by the way, because like, you see the counter in the corner. It's not much, but it's no Dante versus Virgil, right?
Oh no. The Chaos Emeralds.
He played us.
Eggman.
Oh.
Ha! Like taking candy from a baby.
That's the Chaos Emerald.
That's right, fool! You made it all too easy! You practically gave them to me!
Hold it right there, creep. You can't get away with
See, look,
this.
Sonic has the armband in the cutscene now.
Don't tell me Eggman tricked you again.
Knuckles, don't tell me you're a fucking
what
idiot.
about you? Way to go, Knucklehead.
Something that's cool, by the way, hold on. I'll mention it in a
Now,
second.
I have 4 lovely emeralds!
So
Chaos!
if we're playing in like Tails or Knuckles story, we'll still see this cutscene, right? But the voice lines are changed ever so slightly. The same stuff happens, but they got like the same dialogue recorded 3 or 4
These are
times.
for you, my friend!
So it's interesting to see like which characters intersect, so you don't get the exact same thing happening over again. And I think that's like a weirdly nice touch. Oh look, now he's like Cthulhu.
Man, no one ever cuts us any slack.
So the emeralds give him evil bones? No? Oh yeah, this level is one that got changed a lot in terms of like how it looks. So see how the water has this like gross gooey film on top of it? You can't really tell that that's happening in the DX version. That's like how Sonic is able to, like, look, Sonic doesn't sink right away on top of the water. Like, he's sinking, but he's not just, like, dropping like a fly. And it's because this is, like, a gross, goopy swamp that Chaos 4 now, is it? That's shown us. Also, much like Final Fantasy in the US, Chaos has skipped stage 3 and 5. We just get Chaos 1, 2, 4, and 6. Until we get to 7. Wow, I never even thought of that. Is Yuji Naka just a really big fan of Final Fantasy? I bet he was. Yeah, for this fight you really have to keep moving though. You can't just stand around like the other Chaos fights we've had before. Which, wait, technically I think we only fought Chaos 0? So you see Chaos 1, but you never fight Chaos 1. It's just him with the big old arm in the cutscene, like he's about to punch us, but he never does. And then Robotnik will always jack up Chaos, so he's this big, gross, like, fish Cthulhu creature. Like, look at this. Clearly, water is where he does best, so it's interesting to see him just, like, evolve this character. But you just keep jumping around, like, dodging on the lily pads. I think Chaos is, like, a fun enough villain, because it's like, oh, what if the Chaos... Not like, what if the Chaos Emeralds were evil, but, like, it's like that trope, right? Like, what if... You know... Because they can be used for evil so far if Robotnik gets them, but it's like... No, what if there's actually some eldritch horror that, like, could absorb the emeralds? And then eventually they ran way too hard with that in, like, every direction. It's just... I think this initial... And see, look, at the water changes, like, tone and color here, so it's safer. But he'll play with us some other time. Oh, what's this? As diminished as this is compared to, I would say, like, dumb, newer, big Robotnik. Also, look at the CG cutscene for a Dreamcast game. Like, as diminished as this is for, like, bigger things to come later in Sonic and other places, I still think Egg Carrier looks pretty menacing and cool in this game. Which is what this big old ship is, by the way.
Behold my floating masterpiece, the Egg Carrier! But it pales in comparison to the power of chaos. Adieu, until we meet again, my friends.
I'm so glad I get to show this version off. But it's like, put your head, and it's like, if you can do like your backwards goggles for anyone watching, or you know, if you have that frame of mind, like, think about 1998 or 99. Like, there were big games out there.
Hey,
right?
we can't let him get away.
Like, Ocarina of Time, Resident Evil 2.
Workshop and we'll take the tornado.
Final Fantasy 7 was already out.
You guys go.
Like, 98 was a big year, and it's like, but this comes out too, and it's like, this is pretty impressive considering.
We'll take care of everything here.
Come on, let's get going.
Yeah, now we can play as Knuckles. I don't think there's anything else I need to do. Yeah, because my final power-up is... You get that later. But... To the Tails Cave.
Sonic, wait here for a second.
Sonic doesn't give a fuck. Tails already has this part of the island just rigged up for his flight pad. Which, I don't know if anyone's ever watched the really cool, like, late 90s Sonic OVA movie where he fights Metal Sonic, but for someone who, like, enjoyed that immensely when I was young, seeing this where he, like, Tails has the same, like, tornado takeoff, same as that movie, I thought was always really cool. Whether or not they were referencing that, I don't know, but put him on the plane like that. What a cool guy. And it makes it look almost like the plane's like dropping out there, but it goes back up. But keeping up with Big Adventure, we now have Sky Chase. Which I think is a nod to... I think Sky Chase is what the level is called in, what is it? Sonic 2 Sky Chase is like where you're Sonic flying on the plane. So, I mean, you've flown on the plane in several Sonic games before, though. So it's definitely bring that into 3D. But now this plays a little more like faux Star Fox. Maybe a little Afterburner getting in there. Not quite, but. And then as a kid, it took me the longest time to realize you could just like lock onto the other planes in the sky. It's a fairly rudimentary and easily like sky shooters type stage though. It's really nothing too difficult or special. But it's one of those things where it's like it definitely sets in the whole field like, oh man, big adventure. Like we were just like running through like a snowy ice cap on a snowboard. We were like going wild playing pinball in a casino, you know, running through windy valleys. Like they definitely tried to nail in the adventure feel without like getting too wild. It's like I think the biggest problem, I guess now if you want to dig in, since this stage is pretty simple and on rails, the biggest problem I think that Sonic has had in 3D is just, I don't even want to say like a lack of identity, but I think Sonic games in 3D have struggled with like finding a ground, like finding a basis, right? Whereas like 2D Sonic games, most people just say like, oh, look at Sonic 2, look at Sonic CD, look at Sonic 3. Like you've had a blueprint at this point, and a lot of the handheld like side games that came out for a while, like the Sonic Advance games, the Sonic Rush games, they tweak that a little, but they still keep a lot of the same core ideas. And then you have you had Sonic Mania come back and be like a big return to form as like, you know, we've had some weird hiccups, but let's like make something that's on the level of like the Genesis game, but like what if Sonic had come out on the Sega Saturn, but just as like a souped up Genesis game? And that I think is what like Mania ended up being. You know, people love Mania. You know, Mania's not perfect either. It's a few problems, I think, but I mean like overall it's such a solid game. Like Sonic Mania is amazing. But oh shit. He's gonna blow us out. Wait. Oh no. Why would Tails fly that way if he could, like, just stay closer? Damn. Almost got 100%. Yeah, no, Mania is really solid for what it is. Regardless of, like, even if you want to nitpick it. Like, it might not be for everyone, but it's still... It captures that spirit of the original games, and then whatever, if there's ever a Mania 2, maybe we'll see some more original levels and like not just like a mix of throwback stages, which I mean, like I'm a sucker, I'll take the throwback stages all day, like fuck off if you don't like them, but no, and plop, Sonic dead.
Tails? Tails?
Wait, let's wait for him to wake up. And this kid is just like, who are you?
You're not who I'm looking for.
Yeah, fuck you, kid.
Oh, I wonder if he's okay.
Yeah, is Tails alive or is he dead? But yeah, Sonic in 3D, I think the biggest issues have really been just like Sega taking chances where they did. Yeah, he's super dead. Everyone F in chat for Tails. But no, I think the biggest. What's this couple got to say? I'm so embarrassed. What? We're in love. Oh, there you go. She's in love and... No, he's in love and she's embarrassed. Awkward. No, hold on a second. Where am I supposed to go here? Yeah, thank you. Big F in chat for Tails. Super dead. Can't go to the police station. I'm not supposed to go to Twinkle Park yet, am I? No, because we don't have any cute couples. That's amazing.
Why don't you try going to the casino?
Okay, that was that obvious, huh? Yeah, go to the casino. I am trailing off here. What was I saying though? Oh no, well, let me wait till I get in the level. Because then I can let my thoughts flow free. Because there's all these goofy cutscenes happening right now. Now that it's like a nice evening.
Sonic, wait up!
Oh no.
Long time no see.
Amy.
Sonic looks like he just got caught like
Anyway,
cheating or something.
listen, this birdie seems to be in
It's the
trouble.
flickies.
You need to be his bodyguard for a while.
You must be kidding.
Wait, was that like a
We're just gonna
a
tag along
gong
anyway.
in the background as like a goofy sound effect? I mean, that's just how that is, but yeah. And also Amy just like latching herself onto
No
this.
trains
This is
are
clearly
currently in
a
service.
healthy relation. Oh, the mom came out of the casino. Oh my god. My feet have a mind of their own. This lady's... What's this kid gotta say? My mom wandered into the casino again. Oh no. Oh. What's this guy gotta say? Hey. Yeah, rush hour with these flooded streets of Station Square. No. Well, we'll let Amy tag along with us because we're cool. Yeah, this was their big, like, design change for Amy, too, by the way. Like, if you look up Amy in Sonic CD, she's different. I do like her design there. I love Sonic CD. That might be, like, my... When you talk about 2D Sonic games, that's a tough call for me. I think the only one I think that's rough to go back to is Sonic 1, because, like, that's the first one. But, oh, here we go. Now we have our waifu, so we can get in, even if she's not, like, our true waifu.
Ah, look! Eggman's robot's on the loose!
No problem. He's just a chunk of cheesy hardware.
Ugh.
Whoa!
Oh, now what? Huh?
Look here! It says, new couples get in free!
Oh,
Let's
shit.
go.
Now, time for the dating sim game.
Amy!
You wanted an adventure,
Oh, wait.
right? It's the best adventure.
Oh, man.
I like how the robot is just, like,
That
gone
girl
off
is
screen.
such a pain.
Yeah, Sonic, you tell him these hoes ain't loyal. So everyone's theme is just a banger in this game, though, for real. But yeah, Twinkle Park. This is another stage that features music from Sonic 3D Blast here in the beginning. Yeah, listen to this one rock. Let's go. Anyway, okay, so Sonic in 3D. Let's have this discussion now. Whereas I think Sonic in 2D, you can meddle with the formula a bit and like try some different things, like maybe make bigger stages, have like a boost mechanic that works good, like in Sonic Rush. But overall, most 2D Sonic games are pretty solid, whereas most 3D Sonic games aren't very good, or are like, you have fans of like one 3D Sonic game but like don't like other ones, and it like might be like, oh, like which one did you play first, or like which one did you like learn the most and end up enjoying? Oh gosh, I messed this up. Whereas like there's a lot more consistency among the 2D games, so it's easier to see like what does and doesn't work. And whereas it's like with these, it's harder for people to like nail down like what do we like, because people like so many different things, we keep getting shown so many different things. And it's like, I'm all for... Oh shit. I didn't realize I would take my rings. Well, I messed that up. But like I'm all for trying new ideas and trying things out, but to me it's like you can't just jump into trying new ideas when you're like didn't even let your old ideas get baked in enough and like let people get tired of those old ideas that were like pretty good for a while. Because to me, I think arguably the most offensive 3D Sonic games to me are probably Sonic Heroes and Sonic Lost World. And because I think they fully encapsulate this idea that I've like thought long and hard about over time, but like why are 3D Sonic games so inconsistent? And it is simply that, it's because they're inconsistent. You have Sonic Adventure here, right? This is the first major like, okay, like groundwork laid, we're doing 3D Sonic, big open stages, maybe some little like dry, like you know, gimmick sections like this, but overall, you know, the core Sonic platforming stages are fun to run through, and they try to capture the essence of like what made the 2D stages fun. You know, platforming with some different paths. You know, your reward for like keeping up your momentum is you get to go fast and do cool things if you can play well. You know, it's that like risk-reward sort of gameplay. And Adventure 2 took that to the next level. It got rid of some of the gameplay styles that like didn't work, like Big the Cat, or like, you know, slow Amy stages that were like fun to mess with but just like didn't hold up right. But it refined things, and you know, instead of having Tails just be a clone, they took the shooter stages, which you took from like Gamma, the robot in this game, and they pared down ideas but tried to make a more focused experience. And it's like, not everyone likes the shooting and treasure stages from, here's the rest of Twinkle Park, by the way. Like, fun-ass theme park stage. Love this stage. But yeah, with Adventure 2, you have at least an attempt to refine ideas, you know, even if those ideas aren't perfect either. And it's like, that's okay, and I think that's why people like that game so much. Not only that, but the plot in that game is goofy as hell, too. Like, this game is simple enough. It's just like, I got the Chaos Emeralds, there's some evil being, blah, blah, blah. But in that game, it's like, kind of similar, but there's all the crazy, dumb government conspiracy shit, and Shadow is wild and weird, and it tries to strike, like, a stronger balance, and we'll get to Adventure 2 at some point where that game's pretty special, but no, it's real solid. Like, it has flaws, but it's oh, I messed that up super hard. But it's still arguably like one of the better games, like as a whole. Like, more people will say good things about that game because it's like flaws and all. It still holds up as a strong experience. Whereas, wait, where's the switch here? There's a switch I'm supposed to hit. Oh wait, no, that's when you play as Big. Never mind, or Amy. And, you know, it's like, with that, it's like, you can see where they built on the foundation from Adventure 1. Like, they took, the, you know, the rough edges here, and they tried to polish them up a bit. And maybe there were some rough edges in Adventure 2, and it's like, well, they're, like, you really could have gone the extra mile. You know, like, you could have kept polishing. There was clearly still work to be done and, like, improvements to be made. Like, people always, like, pine for the, like, mythical Adventure 3 that will most likely never exist, which, like, I don't think at this point it should exist, because that same team just, oh, I goofed that up so bad. That was my fault. That same team and same group of people with same ideas probably still isn't, they aren't at Sonic Team and with Sega anymore, and that's fine. But, trailing on, Sonic Heroes, I remember I was very much looking forward to that. I was like, okay, the game's going to be a little different. They're going to kind of maybe go back to the roots a little in terms of, like, just straight up go, play stages. But, see, that's what I was going to get to, is that, like, there were attempts made to go back to games that were kind of like these games. And then, I would say 06 was probably the closest we got to a game like the adventure games. And 06 is just tragic, because you can really see that they were trying to aim for something like this again, but it just didn't work. And that game, bad and infamous as it is really a result of rushed development schedules. Like, they were cranking that game to get out, and the team was split between making that and, like, Sonic Secret Rings, and it just was not catching on the way it probably could have. And that's, I think, why, like, 06 is, like, so infamous for it, because it's, like, not even is it just, like, an example of a bad game. I think Sonic Boom on the Wii U is a much more, like, a much greater example of, like, a game that's really just not good, for whatever reasons that game had. Maybe that game also had rushed development cycles, but I think 06 is such, like, a piece of infamous Sonic history, because it's, like, that's a Sonic Team in-house production. That's, like, they slapped that together best or worst as they could, and we got what we got. But yeah, that was their next attempt at it. But going back, Sonic Heroes is like the first example of a game I can think of where it's like there's people that like that game a lot. That's probably one of my like most disliked games ever, and it's not a bad game. It's just like a really mediocre game in my opinion. But my core point that I focus on with those, it's like I see why there's something to like for a lot of people in that game. Oh, hold on a second.
Oh shoot! I've lost Amy. I bet that robot hauled butt after her.
Can't say haul ass.
I'd better catch her before it does.
So you can also go back and do a Twinkle Circuit minigame later on. We'll get out of here. This is like the little Twinkle Park intersection. That's cool. But yeah, so Sonic Heroes. Oh shit, someone dropped their credit card. Let's go spend cash. Sonic Heroes, my issue with it is that Sonic Heroes changes just... Where's the credit card? Oh, it's over there. Sonic Heroes changes just enough in terms of, like, Sonic gameplay that I don't think it's for the better. I think it's actually for the worse. Because that game's biggest issue is the fact that it's, like, it does even more to try and combine, like, the three gameplay styles of, like, Adventure 2, right? It's like, well, forget having different stages. Let's just combine, like, running, speed, and flying, I think, or power speed flying, they combine it even more so to where it's like you're all generally, oh look at this, this is Speed Highway, this is like one of the best stages in this game. And also people complain about these games being a little jank and weird, you can just explore everywhere, but you know what I say to that? I say go away, maybe that's just how they designed the game, because why else would there be free extra lives on top of these buildings? There you go, have a good night everyone. No, Can I drop on the... Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, we got it. That's just me showing off at that point. But no, yeah, it was with Heroes, the whole issue I have with that game is, well, we have a lot of issues with that game, but like the biggest thing is like they made these changes to how the game was playing that like they really didn't need to make, in my humble opinion. Because you had, like, okay, if they had focused more on, like, the speed... Oh, gosh, I just flew off of there and did not control that well. If you had focused more on, like, the speed stages from Adventure 2 and, like, took that as a groundwork and maybe dialed back on the other variety stages, I think you would have had a game that, like, resonated way better with other people. Especially if it was, like... Because Heroes... The whole goal, I could tell, was, like, let's go back to, like, just straight-up Act 1, Act 2 style designs. You know, even if there is, like, because the plot takes a way big back seat. You know, not that plot should have ever taken a major front seat in any Sonic game, but, like, the goofy stories of, like, Adventure and Adventure 2, they're charming enough, right? It's like, okay, we can deal with this for a game or two, but in Heroes, they really dial it back. Like, there's, like, no melodrama, goofy shit that was, like, that's what Adventure 2 soaks it up like a sponge. Like, that's all the good shit's in there. Yeah, Heroes is like, it tries new things where I don't think new things needed to be tried. And like, I'm not opposed to new ideas, right? Like, you want to innovate, go ahead and try it, but it's like, don't change what isn't broken either, because especially when it's like, you don't let that sink in. Whereas like, let's look at Mega Man. That's another blue famous video game character. By the time Mega Man X came out, there were like 5 or 6 Mega Man games on the NES. And they were still making traditional Mega Man games on the Super Nintendo and the PlayStation, and there are 11 games now in the mainline Mega Man series. Early on, though, was when you would see a lot of those games, like, you know, the market was just oversaturated with Mega Man games. Like, I love Mega Man and all the variety they brought to the table, but, like, they had to tweak it up just a little bit, or else people were gonna get sick of it. It's like, yeah, after that many games, you can tweak it up, but with Sonic, it's like, they never let their ideas bake in enough to... Oh, this is running in a building now, we're super sick. But yeah, they never really let their ideas bake in enough to the point where it's like... Oh, like, people are sick of, like... Oh, if there was, like, a Sonic Adventure, like, 5 or 6, sure, at that point, it's like, yeah, change something up, but... You know, you had 1 or 2, like, decent, solid foundation kind of games, and then you just kind of gave that up for the sake of whatever. And, like, maybe they thought the Heroes thing would genuinely work, and it just didn't. And then you had them go off the rails with stuff like Shadow, which is... Shadow is goofy, but at least it's like a fun, weird, dumb thing. And then, yeah, then you had 06, which is like the big one everyone like knocks on. But that game was just like, again, bogged down by development cycles, and like many companies changing over to like big HD game development, it just had problems, and it just, you know, it was one weird idea after another, and then you finally had them trail around to like, okay, wait, Unleashed is really weird, but the daytime stages are cool, do you want more of those? And they're like, yeah, and then they made Sonic Colors, which was more of an experimentation on that, but like, okay, we're like flexing and we're just trying these out, and Sonic Colors was really well received, and that was like, okay, wait, we're sticking to a good idea, let's keep building on that. And then they made Sonic Generations, which is arguably like one of my favorite Sonic games of all time as well. Maybe I'll play that someday. Generations is fantastic, and it's like a big celebration of the series, like for all its ups and downs, and it felt like they really were like trying to nail down these ideas that they'd started piecing together for over, I mean, that was their 3rd game technically, if you count that as starting since Unleashed. Like, Generations plays really good. It's different than what this and Adventure 2 play like, but it's like still something good that they managed to like crank out. Wait, train workers went on strike? What the hell? What's this lady talking about? Are these people out here on strike? Anyway. Why is this color different? Is it just like steps? Oh, there's some over there too. Okay. But yeah. And then so leading into my final thought though is like you had that, but then you had Lost World come out and it pulled the exact same shit that Heroes did, and that like you had a good formula that was building up, and it's like, okay, maybe make a couple more games like this and keep tweaking it and like keep making the good thing better. Nothing wrong with that. Like, please, for the love of everything, keep making the good thing better. Where am I supposed to go now?
We have to find Amy.
Oh right, we have to find
She
Amy.
should still be in this city.
Because now it's daytime, by the way. But yeah, you, like, keep making the good thing better. And then instead they just, like, kept trying to innovate where there was, like, no reason to. Because I remember when I first tried Lost World, I was at E3 that year when Lost World came out, and I tried it, and I was
Amy?
like, this
Oh,
is weird.
man. Where can she be?
Ah! Sonic! Help!
Oh, no. That robot doesn't give a fuck. It's walking on the train tracks.
I'll cut him off at the Mystic Ruins.
Wait, is Gambling Mom still down there? Hold on, we need to see this saga continue. Is Gambling Mom still here? Oh, no. I don't know. Is this guy still here? That girl must be Amy, the one who lives downtown. It's not, oh, Amy lives downtown. Cue the intro to Sex in the City. Ugh.
The train headed for the Mystic Ruins will be departing soon.
No, but, yeah, I think Lost World definitely, like, encapsulates that, where it's like, Sonic Team just can't seem to stick to consistency. Whereas it's like, again, like, I never want to be a person who's like, oh, I don't like the new thing because it's not the old thing. But I mean, I think that's a valid criticism in cases where it's like,
Let me go, you
oh god.
hunk of junk! I mean it!
Hey there, Bolt Brain. You better give Amy to me or I'll squash ya.
Oh, time to fight the mecha. This walking trash can. Oh, we turned the lights
what's
out.
happening here?
Later, loser. I don't see why Sonic just doesn't jump in like the light portal.
Sonic, help me!
I like that echo as well. Like, how does your voice suddenly get
I lost
echo?
her again.
Peace, nerds. Roboting just dipping out of there. I love that egg carrier music, by the way. But yeah, Lost World, yeah, it totally just... Sonic's a himbo. I had to look up what that means. I didn't know what that meant. I've lost touch. I don't get how the internet works anymore. No, yeah, Sonic a himbo? Yeah, I think so. But now we get to explore this part of the map, though. Hold on, we have to go over here so we can get the final power-up for Sonic, which is, I think, Ancient Light? Yeah.
This is the ancient light.
I think instead
Try the
Shadow
light
gets this
speed
power-up,
dash toward the enemy. With this, you can now do the light speed attack.
Shadow gets this as a power-up instead of Sonic in Adventure 2, which is really weird. I think they decided to bring it back for, like, a nostalgia factor, but if we look over here, too... Hold on a second. We got... Well, also, look down here. I think there's an emblem down here. We definitely cannot get it as Sonic. I don't want to fall off this bridge. Okay, I thought there was an emblem down here. But there is... I thought... You definitely get it as, like, Knuckles, though, when you hover later. But... Himbo or not, Sonic Lost World, my final thought to this TED Talk on consistency and why that's important. Yeah, Master Emerald, look, we found the big boy. This is where Knuckles keeps it hidden. But yeah, we're on the other side, and this is definitely we're on like the Angel Island side now. It was cool to see them try to do this area in 3D. Like how they would interpret that from what was originally like a Genesis game. But, so this essentially just gives Lightspeed Dash and attack, and that's especially why you want the faster charge, because that's annoying to try to get enemies like that. Where am I going? Where am I going? Oh, so Sonic Lost World, yeah. as neat as some of the ideas in that game are, again, it's like this change that is almost like, man, Generations was so good, and like it was reviewed well too, which is a big surprise because like reviewers love to just dunk on Sonic games because it's like at a certain point it's so easy because like they're so inconsistent. So it's like, you know, like not only is like a different reviewer going to interpret that differently depending on like what their experience with platformers is, but it's like if the games themselves keep being inconsistent, it's like where are people going to find any sort of, you know, quality bar to be set? So I don't know. It's like Lost World making changes to me is like very similar to how like Heroes made changes, and it's just from that point like there really hasn't been like a notable 3D Sonic game I think since Generations, or because you had Lost World and that was kind of whatever. I think you had Boom, which was this like strange phase over the last few years, and then now Sonic's kind of slowed down. You had Mania come out, which was like really strong, but then you had Forces, which was like, oh no, we're making one like Generations again, but except it wasn't, and that actually kind of like annoyed me because in the trailers for Forces they used this tagline that was like from the development team that made Sonic Generations, and it's like I love and hate when like game publishers use that as like a trailer tagline because it's like, okay, we get what you're trying to do, but if you don't deliver on that, you look like an idiot, and like, hey, guess what, they didn't really deliver on it. And it's like Forces wasn't awful from what I heard, but it definitely was no Generations. And I think that's what's the most disappointing, where it's like they had a chance to go back then and they didn't. So I don't know what they're going to do for like the next big 3D Sonic game, if anything. I've heard rumors of them trying to remake this one because this game is past its 20th anniversary now, which is weird to think about. I don't like it. Please take it back. I don't like getting older. But yeah, I don't know what their next big 3D move is, but I think Sonic is set for like 2D at least. Like put another Mania out, give people something good to chew on in their mouths for a while before you try something in 3D again. But I think that the two types of 3D Sonic game that have worked the best are the ones that have come out after being refined, where it's like the overall like quality of Sonic Adventure 2 and also Generations shows what it's like when it's like, okay, this team gets their ideas together, they do something cool, and you know, give it time to cook for a few games, and you got good stuff going on. Thank you for my TED Talk on why I think 3D Sonic is inconsistent and why consistency is good for a brand. I don't know. Those are just my thoughts. I could be wrong. Thoughts and opinions. But, like, I don't think the numbers lie. You know, like, there's someone out there who likes at least every different Sonic game, right? You can find fans. I bet if I dug, I could find like an army of Shadow the Hedgehog fans. And I'm talking about the game, not the character, for fuck's sake. There are definitely fans out there of Shadow the Hedgehog. Like, Sonic 06 is cooked around enough that there are people who are probably even like fans of that and have like all these defenses set up for why they enjoy it. And it's like, man, who cares? Just say you enjoy the game. It's like not a good game, but like, I enjoy messing with Sonic 06. I'd love to stream that. That's such a goofy-ass game that I've gone through, like, a few times, actually, and, like, can confidently say I know how to beat that game. Because it fascinates me as, like, a game with, like, such a sordid development history and, like, all the issues it had. Like, I love learning about that kind of stuff. It's like, yeah, it's not a great game, but I can enjoy a run-through of it. And that's always fun to watch for, like, an audience, right? I don't know. Should I stream that if I get an HDMI capture card at some point? Should I stream Sonic 06 for y'all? That's like I know that's like the meme game at this point, because so many different groups have like gone after it and like had fun with it. But very yes. I think is that like streamer initiation at this point? Like you're not shit. Also, look at these goobers dancing in this like jail cell here in this haunted mountain. I can't zoom into first-person mode, sorry, but like, look at these weirdo dancing like goobers in the background. They're partying like hell. Can I? Oh, I can't go into first-person. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of it at this point. Like, it's required reading because it's like, can you suffer? But see, the joke is that like it's not suffering for me because I already know how to beat that game. It'd actually be a really fun like romp through, I think, to just do 06. So maybe we'll do that. That'll be my incentive for getting the HDMI capture card, right? Like, fuck all these other like fun, big HD fun games like they were doing PS3 jank, which would be fun. PS3 jank is like low-key one of my like more recent fascinations. I say as I totally like fall back down that hole. A PS3 jank is great, and that's like prime PS3 jank.
Yes.
But it's fun to see. It's fun to see. So maybe someday.
Yeah, not bad.
But yeah, ooh, man, I trailed off on that one. No, yeah, those are my TED Talky thoughts on why I think like overall 3D Sonic has great potential to be good, and Sega is just way too inconsistent with it. You know, 'cause there's a middle ground. Like, you'll find people who will defend a good majority of like the middling 3D experiences for Sonic, and I totally get that. But
I'm glad you're okay.
I wish Sonic Team would just let some of the better ideas cook for a while. But who knows? Anyway, look, we have the sick-ass Tornado 2 now.
Ready to roll, champ? Let's go!
Roger.
I remember back when they were early pushing Sonic Adventures that my friend had this, like, Sonic statue you put on this little, like, pedestal-looking thing, and it had a button where you would press it and he would say phrases. And then I always remember him saying that, ready to roll, champ, let's go. And they were just voice clips. In the beginning, he would also say, like, the thing Sonic says in the beginning of this campaign where he's like, oh yeah, this is happening. And that was cute. Yeah, we're back at the Sky Chase Act 2, if you will. We're all the way back here. Man, see, I have played this game so many times, so like I don't want to say haha I'm making this look easy, but like I have played this before, and because of like all the different reactions I always see to this game, you know when people ask that question, right? That's that question of like, oh, if there was one game you could go back and like delete from your memory, or like what's a game you want to play for the first time? You know, people always give answers like, oh, I want to delete like Ocarina of Time, or I want to delete like Metal Gear Solid 3, or like Mass Effect, or Last of Us, or like just like go off on like the big like, or like Final Fantasy 7, or even like, you know, like Mario 64. I don't know, just go off on like name, like insert any big, you know, critically acclaimed, popular, like major franchise entry here. Like go back and erase like that game from your memory, right? See, no, I wouldn't do that, because it's like, okay.
So far, so good.
Yes, there's the feeling.
You know what you're doing.
Hold on a second.
You
Look at this.
bet. Watch this.
Oh, it's henshin time.
Now.
Whoa!
Sonic said no, thank you. Yeah.
Do it.
Look at this X-Wing. Anyway, so this alludes to how Tails makes his mech in Sonic Adventure 2, by the way. But yeah, so like, you know when people ask that question, like I don't think there's a wrong way to answer that question, but whenever someone asks me that, and I think like, okay, there's probably like a handful of really like strong games, I would say. Like if I could go back and play Wind Waker for the first time, I think it's a strong one, you know. That's a really solid one for me. Like a Kirby Superstar, or maybe a Metal Gear or something like that. But no, like those are like the common answers you hear. Just like not even in game, not common in terms of games, but common in terms of, you know, people. Yeah, exactly. No, and those are like very valid answers. It's like you want that extra feeling of like mystique and wonder and discovery, and it's like some games, learning a game and like learning the world and exploring, it's like it's tough. There's some games that really bust your balls, and it's like it all depends on what you want from like that first time play experience. But that's unique, no matter what game you're going into. That's unique. Whereas, but like for me, whenever people ask that, I get the urge to be like, I want to go back and erase from my mind a game that I feel is like controversial or like seen across the board as, oh, I am like weak as hell. I think I got blasted by the cannon. But did I beat it? Yeah, I beat it. Okay, cool. That's a weird fight. Because you gotta just like trail off the edge and then shoot the middle. But yeah, I would while there are a handful of like older yeah, nice percentage. Can I cap that? Oh no, damn it! Oh, I can just get that later. Haha. Lines up with our Mario Sunshine run. Perfect. All planned. I just can't stop. 69ing. Also, hold up. We'll go back to erasing memories in a second.
We gotta land on the egg carrier.
Whoops. I forgot something.
What's that?
Tails forgot his driver's license.
What?
Tails, you fuck. Like, why not just, like, hover once more and press the transform button? That question never gets answered.
This thing is really huge.
No time to gawk now. We need to find Amy.
You're right, my friend. So here we go.
Yeah, welcome to the egg carrier. Now, we are, like, actually floating up in the sky on this mega Eggman fortress. That's cool. Let me trigger an event here really quick. Oh, I messed that up. Sorry about that.
Don't get too many ideas, you fools! You haven't seen the power this vessel really has!
It'll do my taxes.
Get a load of this!
Oh, that is a recycled voice line that he uses so much. Get a load of this. Oh, he pressed the Mark II button.
Oh, wow! It's changed shape. Did you see that?
Tails acts surprised, and he just made his plane basically like turn into a whole other mech.
To get to the bridge.
Oh, look at Sonic's eyes freaking out there.
I bet you weren't expecting this. The only way you can get to me is through the sky deck. I doubt if you can figure this one out.
This level has some banging music, by the way.
Oh yeah? Well, I'll show you. Bring it on.
Okay, now watch this. This is really weird. Like, okay, hold on. He's gonna do it right here.
This must be the way to the sky deck.
Yeah, just like real life. If your eyes can animate like that, then you're a keeper. Like that's just Sonic made the rules. I think you can use these cannons to destroy the boxes. So like, watch this. Yeah, he's like, hey, come get me through this door I made, even though I made my ship elongate differently. Like, fuck off. There you go. There's an emblem hidden there. But, what was I going on with that? Yeah, no, games you can erase from your memory. Much as there's, like, dozens of amazing examples of, like, you know, killer titles. You know, the games that, like, impact people positively. You know, or the big games that make an impact. Let's just, like, use it as a broad umbrella statement. I often have wishes where it's like, I see games like Sonic Adventure where, you know, it's a very love or hate it kind of game. I would love to wipe this game from my mind. And, like, I want to go in first time on this. Because it's, like, something like Breath of the Wild, or, like, for me, I said, like, what? Wind Waker, like, that'd be probably my Zelda of choice. Like, that's a big one for me that I'd be like, oh, yeah, I would love to have, like, my first eye view on that. Because I have no doubt that would be just as special now as it was back then. You know, to most extents. But it's like something like Sonic Adventure, where it's like the game is definitely like very mixed. Like, just erase this from my mind because I have to know. Like, will I like it the same because of like despite my history with it, or will I be more overly critical of it? I don't know. Those are the ones that are most interesting to me. It's like, would you still love? Like, I don't know. Think of like what's a game you really like that like maybe isn't everyone's favorite, but it doesn't matter. Like that's your game. You love it, and that's what matters, and that's what matters most because it does. You know, it's like the stuff we enjoy for whatever reason, no matter how good or bad, is like that's the stuff that matters most. As long as there's nothing truly like problematic about it, it's like you could like the shittiest game in the world. If you have a good memory attached to it, it's like that's more valuable than anything. But yeah, think of a game like that. You can even list it if you want to. I'd encourage you to, because I'd like to hear what you guys have to say about like what are your controversial faves, or like what are your problematic faves. Oh god, my problematic fave is getting hit by these spike balls, but like for me, I could say like this, you know, Sonic Adventure could definitely count in that direction, at least in terms of like the type of reception the game has. But Monkey Ball 2, really? Oh, I thought Monkey Ball 2 was well received. Okay, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Either way, people always talk about the first Monkey Ball though, so maybe. But yeah, that's a game that's like. Monkey Ball, original 2 Monkey Balls are pretty damn solid. So like you went back to see that. That's one I could definitely see you being like, ooh, would you like that as much as you maybe like the original? But that's different. Ooh, Final Fantasy 12. That's a good one. Yeah. That's one that's very lover hated as well. I need to go back and finish that because like I got the Zodiac version of that on PS4. That's like raring to go. Ooh, that's a good one. Harvest Moon, Wonderful Life. I know some people who love Harvest Moon who are like, yeah, that's more of a mixed entry. Usually with GameCube, I think people like unanimously like love Magical Melody more. That's just what I know too. I like Wonderful Life. I have good memories of that game, but I know they changed some stuff in there. But yeah, no, those are good ones. Those are good ones. But yeah, it's like think of that, and it's like, regardless of what maybe the crowd says about it, like would you still love it if you erase that from your memory? I always think that like thought to me is more like interesting, more so than like I still think it's valid to say like, oh, I would like if I erased Wind Waker from my mind, I would love to play it for oh god, I fell off, I went too slow. Like yeah, if I erase Wind Waker from my mind, of course I'm gonna probably like love it when I replay it. That's not the point. The point is if I can we gotta destroy the big cannon here? There we go. Oh. This level just keeps dropping us everywhere too. They got kind of wild on this one. And you get this nice like sick-ass drum and bass track going here too, which is cool. I'm trying to see how much I can jank this part of the stage. Oh, damn, I thought I got that really good. But yeah, that's what I mean, essentially. It's just like, thinking of like the ones you love that are like already kind of like universal hits, like, yeah, those will probably hold up if you go back to them. Like, no one's gonna argue with you on that. And those are still good to like have those. It's like, yeah, I'd love to have like that like fresh set of eyes on that again, but I find myself often like infinitely more like fascinated by like, ooh, what if I go back to like my controversial faves? You know, like would I love those as much? And like the answer is who the hell knows? Oh god. The level goes wild here, by the way, because it's supposed to be like, oh, you're flipping around, gravity is going crazy because like Robotnik's trying to shake you off the ship. I think I did that out of sequence too. Oh god. Yeah, I did it. Did we do it? Yeah, we did it. Okay, I janked that out of sequence like a little, but that's good.
Yes.
But that's fine. No, I would love that for Sonic Adventure though. Fun stuff.
Yeah, not bad.
We're making good time though. But yeah, see what I mean though? Like right now we spent the whole night playing as Sonic so far. That was like stage 6 or 7, and it's like there's so much Sonic in this game. Like, the last 2 streams of this are just going to be, like, me clearing up the rest of the characters and doing the final area. Like, I'll show off some of the other goofy stuff, too. But...
It might be. But let's check out the bridge.
now we are inside the egg carrier. There's all these secret doors and stuff here. But there's not much you can do with Sonic when you're in here. But this is just like, this is when the egg carrier is fine. Just these weird little like maid robos here. Look at this. Look at these weirdos. Robotnik's such a goofy guy. There's also access to a Chow Garden in here. Robotnik's just a weirdo. The monorail, I think, can be written here. Monorail. But it's out of service right now. And there's all these doors back here, which do lead to things, but we will eventually access them, just not as Sonic. Look at this. What's this spell? Eggman. But yeah, that's how you get into the Chow Garden. There's no reason to do it now, but we will show off Chows in this game at some point, because Chows in this game are a lot simpler than they are in Adventure 2. That's one thing that like continuously got upgraded though through Sonic, at least the Adventure games. Adventure 2 Battle has the best Chow Garden though, because Adventure 2 Vanilla, there's some things in the Chow Garden that got improved by the time they got to Battle, where it's like that bar none I think is the best Chow Garden. But, we'll get to that in here though and show off what the basis of that was.
Sonic!
Ha! They're too late.
Not the birdie!
Oh, there's Tails rushing in out of nowhere.
No way!
But yeah, little birdie Flicky had a chaos in him.
Be gone, all of you! This is all I really need. Gamma!
Oh
What
shit.
is your wish, Master Robotnik?
Time to fight this mech. It looks like he's made of car parts almost.
Get rid of these pests! Show them what you've got!
Aye, aye, sir.
And don't disappoint me, or else!
Later losers. Yeah, okay. So this is that cutscene from the beginning of the game that it like looped in for a second for us. So that's fun, we actually get to come back to that. This is another like awkward fight like the Knuckles fight, where you just kind of gotta like slam the gas on like homing attacks. Or it's like, it's not much. I think these fights could have been a little more dramatic. Like here's that cutscene right here. Sonic's like, I've crushed thousands in my time of your kind, foolish AI.
Stop it, Sonic!
Oh no.
Step aside, Amy! Out of my way!
No! This robot is my friend! He helped me!
When did that happen, Amy?
Don't hurt him!
Right, it happened off screen.
Okay. Whatever you say. You must have your reasons.
Sonic's like, oh thank heavens, I finally got rid of her. But now some bullshit's going down.
Hey, the ship is losing altitude.
Because you've been fucking shit up.
Hurry, Tails! Take Amy and get out of here!
Well, what about you?
I'll find that Eggman and put him out of commission.
Oh shit, he's gonna murder Eggman.
Are you okay?
So now you get to actually like talk to everyone, which is a little rare. Everyone's not always standing around like
The egg
this.
carrier is losing altitude.
What does Gamma have to say?
Auto recovery system activated.
Yeah, because you beat him up. Now you can't go back down, but can you go in the back here? I think there's an emblem hidden back here. But look at this! He built a pool in his giant airship. Like, baller moves are baller moves. Like, you can't fuck around with Eggman. I don't think I can get in here. I think he needs Tails to get up there. Unless I can, like, hit one of the chairs. Oh, baller moves. Speaking of baller moves, we got it. I knew you could get up on the chair. We need all these emblems of Sonic. Yeah, what a flex. Oh, of course, like that's the most like Mile High Club thing anyway, and like I know that's hee like a dirty sex thing, but it's like nah, real baller moves, putting a pool in your airship is fine. That's like the most that is Mile High Club shit. But then if you go forward, then you have to change the ship back. Watch. It's Sonic having like his internal monologue.
If I'm to continue, I need to change this ship back to its original shape.
What if I just talked like this for the rest of the stream now?
Somewhere on the bridge.
Like, would this bother you guys if I just did this the whole time? True. Watch, speaking of Eggman Relaxer, we're gonna like invade his room right now. Eggman Dorm Invasion. Watch this. That leads back out, I think.
Ready? Go!
I think one of those rooms down there was like his bedroom or something. I just think it... Oh, right, you have to sit in the chair, I think. And, like, trick it into going there. He keeps the secret switch under his, like, chair butt thing. Oh, reverse change animation. Go night-night, egg carrier.
Emergency alert has been cancelled. Resuming monorail operation.
Ooh. Yeah, it just goes straight back. But I could have sworn there's a space where you like. Wait, maybe now you can see it because we put the shit back together. Hold on, I gotta show y'all. Maybe not. Oh well, we'll get to it another time. We'll do it with another character. But there's like, you can make Eggman's bed drop out of nowhere, and then there's an emblem hiding behind it. I'm like 90% sure. There we go. Okay, so if I can get up here, I'm trying to. I keep trying to flex all the dumb movement things I know in this game. No? Okay. I was trying to get it because if I can get up there, there's an emblem on top of this, like, rotating tower here. I think I have to do that with Tails, though. I don't think I can do it with Sonic. I think it's also because I'm in the air, it's, like, actually giving me wind friction. Okay, never mind. Now I'm up here. Oh my god. Oh, but look at this legendary hero fighting out here. Who's this? Oh shit, what did we miss? Chaos has actually become Cthulhu.
Oh no! Not again! Chaos!
Like now it just looks like a bio freak. Like who are you at this point?
Oh yes, attack Sonic!
And look at that! Look at there he is! It's our boy himself. There he is, Big the Cat.
If he's your friend, I'll help you. Just leave it to me.
Now I have 6 of the Chaos Emeralds. There's only one more left to find. I even found Chaos.
Like Big comes out of nowhere in Sonic's story.
You won't get away with this, you madman.
I will. You're no match for Chaos, even though he's not perfected yet.
But like the funnest of facts is
Chaos, destroy them all.
Big the Cat is voiced by Duke Nukem. John St. John. That is the voice of Big. That is the voice of Duke Nukem. That's like no more appropriate cultural icons than that. So this fight's actually kind of interesting because you gotta use these ice robos that Eggman drops conveniently for you. Like, I think he thinks he's trying to hurt you, but then you have to stop them, and then you use them to freeze
I can't believe
Good old Chaos 6 here, I think it is, yeah. Oh man, I messed that up. I quite like the music here, though. Oh god, I need rings. It actually makes you feel like you're fighting like a weirdo bio-freak character. Oh, we get him? Yes, sir. And then we have completely obliterated him by turning him into ice.
Hey, I'll play with you some other time.
And Sonic just keeps pounding on this, like, evil beast. He's got to be tired. Now this right here, I actually remember this set of cutscenes very distinctly because this next segment was somewhere that a friend of mine, the one who I originally played this at his house, he was stuck here for the longest time on this segment of what to do next. And I remember exactly why we were so stuck there.
Hey there, Knuckles. Glad you finally made it. I thought you got lost or something.
Hey, jackass.
until we
He's saying that like Knuckles is like Zoro from One Piece or something. Like, he doesn't know where he's going. I guess Sonic just takes a death dive, by the way, too. He's just like, I'm going after Robotnik no matter what. And look at that comical, like, pancake landing.
Man. Where's this?
As if you didn't know we were still playing Sonic. Machu Picchu. See, now we're back to, like, ancient Echidna ruins, which are very, like, Sonic 3 lore shit. And we're in the other part of Mystic Ruins, by the way. There's this big jungle area that I, like, want to run around and explore, because I mostly actually know the way through it.
That light. I think it's trying to show me something.
Oh man. Time for Sonic to find his place in all this. You can now play with Big. EA Sports Big. Rest in peace. Yeah, I'm gonna mess around. Let's see what some of the explorers in the jungle have to say. No matter how far we go, the jungle never seems to end. Welcome to the jungle, motherfucker. Okay, there are a couple secret pathways in the jungle. I know there's like an emblem just on a path somewhere. I forget where. I think here? Through here? No. Give me a second, let me see. So this is Big's house, by the way, over here. He just lives in the jungle. Unbeknownst to everyone. Don't worry, there's nothing to raid here. You can't read Big's diary, unfortunately. Sorry to disappoint you all. Okay, there's an emblem. There's one. Hey, I found a mega huge footprint. I bet there's a big mysterious creature looking around here. No, it's just Big. He's anything but mysterious. It is a shame that the big stages don't allow you to use the Sega Bass Fishing like rod controller, because I would love to pull that out for the sake of just showing that shit off. Because Sega Bass Fishing there's Sega Bass Fishing and Sega Marine Fishing. Dreamcast, by the way, loads of peripherals. Like, I have Samba de Amigo Maraca set. I have like a keyboard and mouse that I can use for, well, Phantasy Star, but also the keyboard is, can I get up there? Wait, hold on a second. The keyboard is, you can use for, like, typing to the dead. There's the voice mic that you use for, like, Seaman and talking online. Like, there's so much bullshit on the Dreamcast. It's amazing. trying to see if I can get myself to pop up so I can enter the sand snowboarding area, but I think you can only do that as Tails. You can do Sonic as like a side mission. There's a side mission where you do like snowboarding on the sand. And this is Knuckles finds something here later. But yeah, Dreamcast has plenty of good stuff. And it is a shame that Big, of all the characters, was not the weird fisherman character in this game cannot use the Sega licensed first-party fishing controller. It's just wild to me that they like omitted that. That would have been such a fun attachment. I would have loved to have like broken that out for y'all. And it's like that's what that fishing mini game in here is based off of. It just doesn't work that good. They refined it later, but it's just so out of place. Welcome to Lost World though. Sonic Lost World. This is the precursor. I actually really like this stage. It's longer, but it's a fun-ass stage. Very different in tone and just like everything else we'd seen before. It's like ancient ruins. But this stage is a stage that my friend and we got stuck on a lot. But because there's a section later that requires you to light dash, but it's in this like really dark room and it's hard to see unless you're in the right area. And we like died so much trying to beat this stage because we just couldn't figure it out. But now it's like every time I come to it, like I can never forget that. Also, for those who are like very eagle-eyed and have played Sonic Adventure 2 a lot more than this one, you may notice that like there's a lot of these like stone pathways and caverns that we've been running through so far. Well, and like snakes are a big motif in the Cannon's Core final stage of Sonic Adventure. For whatever reason, in the like
switch to raise the water level.
In the arc, the space arc, the space colony arc, there are these like pathways that look just like that when you are coming to like the end of the Cannon's Core, because for whatever reason, whoever made the crazy arc was like, we're trying to harness the power of the Chaos Emerald, so I guess let's make this like ancient tech, like the old echidnas would have, or some shit like that. It might have also just been their way of referencing Sonic Adventure 1, but I don't know. So yeah, you got this whole like slowdown puzzle here where you have to like raise the water level. Oh god. I almost messed that up. I almost messed it up. I almost messed it up. I did mess it up. I should not have dashed there. I think I can cheese this out though, because you jump really high out of the water.
Press this switch to raise the water level.
I think this is what I wanted anyway, actually. Never mind, I did that correct. Haha. We got this, we got this. So I was trying to find where the stupid snake was, but I ended up finding the right one anyway. Ooh, can I dash over there? Let's try. Yes, we can. Okay. Yeah, so there is a way to speed through this section. It just... it's silly. Oh god, Sonic, do not fall off. Oh god, why are you doing that? Whew. Not bad, not bad. But then you have this where apparently that skybox in the background looks like dramatically worse on DX, and I don't remember how bad it looks in there, but I would believe it. This part of the level is weird too, because you have to like shine these cameras, or excuse me, these like, you have to shine these light sources onto mirrors, and it's like, see how dark it is? Like, this isn't just the fact that like I'm using a weird like capture card, or like I'm projecting weird. Like, you really have to be careful in this stage, or else you're just gonna fall off into the water below and you die. Like, it's one of the last stages, so it's not bad, but it's just so jarring. Oh, like, see, look at that. That was my... I made a bad jump near that flame enemy, so it's my fault, but... And I have 20 lives, by the way. I think we've died, like, twice. I haven't even been paying attention. I can just, like... I autopilot this game at this point, though. Like, I've just been chilling, having fun, hanging out with y'all. Hope everyone else has been having a good time tonight, too. It's been fun so far, actually. I wasn't sure how a Sonic Adventure stream would go, but... No, this is... Well, I don't know why I doubted for a second. This is good stuff. But also, it's like, see, if you, like, skip parts of the level, look, it's, like, bright over here. Like, you don't... It's not all dark and, like, needing the mirrors. You can... The whole level lights up. Oh. But then, like, here, then it goes dark again. Yeah, it's just... It's so weird. Like, the properties that the light has in this area. And so it was this right here. And see, also because I have... The electric... shield. So like this part right here, we were going down the water slide. This is very much the end of the final level in Sonic Adventure 2, the Cannon's Core. They definitely like took that from there, and like going with a similar theme and like music there too. Look, you can't have a giant ancient temple without your Indiana Jones ball. I didn't make the rules. Sonic is going way too fast for it. And this part of the level gets reused later when you play this stage as Knuckles. So he definitely comes back here, because of course. Yeah, this one right here specifically. Hold on, there's that. You gotta hit these switches just right. I know I have no rings, so let me... Oh, nope, don't want that. And I actually think this walking on walls segment here works okay for what it is. Like, I don't ever feel like you're out of control to the point of, like, it feels too off-putting. Despite what you already know. Okay, there you go. Oh. I say that as I, like, legendarily fall off. What happens if I go up this side? Oop. I get cheese is what I do. I keep trying to dash up real high. Oh, I messed that one up. Okay. I just... I'll stop trying to find shortcuts in the level and just actually do it for now. I'm doing everything I can to avoid doing the level normally.
Use the switch to light up the wall panels. You can walk on those panels when lit.
You can walk when lit. Good to know. Otto, there we go. Nice, okay, cool. That's where we wanted to go. Sorry, I was concentrating on that for a second just because I wasn't sure if I was going to get through it. But I got this. This is definitely a lot more chill than Mario Sunshine. Because again, there's like... This game wasn't built around completion in that sense. Even if I was doing Sonic Adventure 2, I'd probably show off some of the missions, but I doubt I would 100% that one on stream, because like the problem with 100%ing some of these games is like the Chow Grunt stuff. Oh, and that like super jazzy chill track that starts playing. That like, you have to go to the sound test to hear that. Because you jump in this part of the level and you're done.
Yeah, not bad.
Oh, here we go. So this is something that happens more as you like see other characters. This light ball we've seen following us around this whole time is not just a tutorial helper. It is a plot light ball. The plot is quite literally all in there. Sonic looks up and he just says,
"What's this? A mural."
The Pillarman. Oh. He just blacks out while he's looking at the wall. Now we are just in another world.
What's this place? Where am I? This is really weird.
So yeah, welcome to a different area. Where are we? Can't go back here yet, can I? Yeah, okay. Make sure. So we're in the past. Sonic's having some visions. Everything is literally on fire. And everyone is dead. All the Chow are dead. What happened here?
Why? Why did this have to happen?
Sonic's like, what the fuck is going on?
I must stop this now.
Oh, get it, Echidna girl. So yeah, this was our first like flashback scene, which more characters, Knuckles specifically, because he's tied to the Echidnas, obviously. We'll have flashbacks later, but this was our first one now.
What was that all about? I don't think I'm dreaming here.
Sonic got high as fuck in that temple. Oh, and then there's Robotnik breaking through that skybox there.
Eggman!
No one look at that skybox ring in the sky.
What's he doing here? Well, never mind. This time I'll get him good.
This time I'll murder him for sure. But yeah, now this wasn't there before, but look at what just happened to pop up in the background. Big ol' Eggman City just hanging out back here. So let's do it. Yeah, welcome to the Egg Base. We are near the end game now, so fun little area inside Eggman's little quarters here. Two things I want to show off specifically. So you have Metal Sonic clones in here. Definitely nice little model throwbacks to... This is the one from Sonic 2, I want to say. This Mecha Sonic, Metal Sonic boy. And then you have my favorite design over here, the Sonic CD Classic. This Metal Sonic. They used this model somewhat later when you got to unlock Metal Sonic as like a playable character in Adventure 2 Battle and then the GameCube one. But it's cool that these are at least here. They never used them in this game, and like I assume they probably had some ideas for like what they might have done with it. But Metal Sonic was cool. I didn't really like the Metal Sonic design in Sonic Heroes. I mean, that's probably just tacked on to me not liking the game much, but yeah, this is the Egg Base. It was here this whole time, we just couldn't see it, but I love the little Metal Sonics in the corner. Now we have to do the easiest puzzle ever, a switch puzzle. Wow. And then you hit up this like really weird ramp to go to the final area. Which, how does like Eggman even get in there? See, stage 10, this is the only character you can get up to 10 stages with. This is the final stage, by the way, for Sonic. The music here continues to be immaculate if you weren't already jamming along with it.
Let go! No!
I say as I like die immediately in the stage. I totally goofed that up. It's okay. We're allowed a death or two on the final stage of the game. Oh god. Let's just get out of here. How do you get up here? Oh, you use the springs to get up here. There we go. Problem solved. Yeah, this stage is tricky shit. Those robots are the worst. You just have this like Continuous descent into the base. Well, I think this is a good final level, though. The thing is, what's cool, again, because we'll see this in other streams as we come back to this, is that, like, I think Sonic's, the way his level is paced, it's like, okay, the progression makes sense, but when you come back as other characters and see everything out of order and, like, see different cutscenes that are, like, the same but different, like I mentioned before, you see it's, like, from different perspectives, where I think, like, this level is actually, or at least a different iteration of this level is the first level for, Gamma, the robot. Because, like, of course, like, one of, you know, Eggman's robots would, have, like, an Eggman stage as their first level. Like, why wouldn't they? So you see this, like, backwards progression. And, like, other characters have Emerald Coast as a level, but it's not their first level. So just interesting to see, like, how all these, like, characters and stages will overlap like that. I think they usually do things in pairs of, like, 2 or 3. So, like, 2 or 3 characters might share the same stage and area or cutscene, but you'll get different dialogue and different recording. It's curious, I want to say, if anything. And also, I know it's later, but if anyone has stopped by in the meantime and I did not say it already, welcome, welcome. Oh, geez, I just clipped through the floor there. That's fun. Haven't seen too many weird bugs like that this game, though. Most of the mistakes I've made have been my mistakes, so I'm fine with that. No, this track this is the hot fire stuff. This track was wild. No, the entire soundtrack in this game is like absolute ace. Like I want to say, there's like no bad tracks. Sonic music usually always had it good anyway, but the adventure games especially really were like them kicking it off. And I like how you're just like breaking into the depths of Eggman's base here, by the way. Whew. Almost messed that up. Actually had the platform this time around. What a concept. I should probably wait for the giant hammer. There you go. You got this weird little elevator you ride down. I think... yeah, it lets you go for a little more. Oof. Oh right, I have to get in this weird-ass elevator. Look at this creepy, crawly spider elevator. Why did Robotnik build this in his base?
Emergency! Emergency! Dispose of any intruder.
I'm actually trying to think now too, because I keep talking about good Sonic soundtracks. There's plenty of good stuff. I'll try to feature a lot of the music when the stream is like starting up. I always like to put some music on because it's just fun. But I think the only Sonic game that I can think of that have like notably forgettable music tracks are some of the really weird spin-offs, or like you have what else? Oh, that like BioWare RPG Sonic game, the Sonic Chronicles. That's got really strange music. That's a game I would not want to stream, because that game is just weird. Oh shit, I pooped that one out. I didn't hit up on the fan. Did anyone even play that this year? I know most people didn't play that. Most people forget that exists. Yeah, there's a point where they tried to make a Sonic RPG, which like, oh man, I keep messing this up really bad. This should not be this bad. Yeah, so there is a Sonic RPG that exists, and it is, hey, surprise, not the greatest. I remember playing parts of it and being like, oh, this is weird. It's really weird because it had a lot of weird ideas and like presentation on it was weird and didn't play too well and like there were some cool things in there, but it came out in this time where it was like people still kind of generally trusted BioWare. Like it was before they made what was it, the Old Republic? That was the one, the Star Wars MMO people really like kind of gave them flack for. But I think it was like when Mass Effect 2 was up, because that was like a big thing where people were like, no, yeah, that's the one that they trusted them for. But no, they made a Sonic RPG, and people forget that shit exists, but it does, and it's just really weird. That's kind of it's none of the better Mario RPGs, I'll tell you what. But I feel like the Sonic world could be ripe for like an RPG, right? So, you know, this is the area that you use when you're Gamma for a minute when you come to this stage. Look at these Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles dolls, evil. It's a reference to the evil Tails doll from Sonic R that everyone likes to talk about.
Hey, let go.
Oh god.
Ready? Go.
We're pretty much at the end. There you go. Well, those are all the action stages for Sonic. Now we just have to do the final boss for this, and I think we'll probably call it a night. We may clock out
not bad.
just around 3 hours on this. I didn't realize Sonic's would be so well paced for this, but it's Sonic. For the rest of the sessions for this, we'll probably we'll clean up as much as we can on the other characters, but some of them have way shorter story segments than this. Maybe next time we'll do more like the boring ones, like or like the goofy ones. Like we'll do Big, do Amy, and throw in one of the weirdos, and then we'll do the other ones, and then we'll finish the game. It's not gonna take too long to finish this one.
Well, if it isn't my pal Sonic.
We haven't seen Robotnik in a minute.
You made it this far.
He's driving his big sick snake mech. So yeah, this is the Egg Viper. It's just his like crazy ass final boss. This is actually a legitimately annoying fight. So I should be fine, but it's a tough one. Anyone else hear that? That kind of like kind of yelling in the background. What the hell is that? So
Get a load of this.
This is a stage that like gets destroyed more over time.
Get a load of this.
So you're really just gonna have to keep running back and forth.
See if you.
It's really all just like waiting for the opportune moments to hit Robotnik. So you dodge what you can. This is actually very in line with like how a Sonic final boss tends to work in other Sonic games. Like you wait for the opportune moment to go in for the kill blow. Because it's like for whatever reason Robotnik wants to come out and taunt you.
See if you can make it through here, Sonic.
Then you hit his little glowing things. If it takes too long, his like electro shock attack or something goes off at you.
Get a load of this.
But most of it's just like keeping the movement continuous so you can keep the damage going on him.
See if you can make it through here.
I should be able to just one-shot him, I want to say. I don't foresee any issues with this. The biggest issue for me is always just his final attack is like a bullshit, like it can kill you to attack if you don't dodge it the right way. And I usually get it right, but let's hope we don't have problems. True, right? Everyone else get a load of this.
See if you can make it through here, Sonic.
Like, it's a simple enough fight, and like it feels good to do the target attacks on him and like go in. Yeah, get a load of this. Let me grab some rings. So you're supposed to jump here
No
and
way.
then
I can't believe. Ah,
get in a hit there. So you don't always have to do it in front of him. Eventually he's gonna destroy the other side. Yeah, there you go. He only needs 1 or 2 more hits.
it's no use.
Oh, shit.
Give up.
Oh. Oh god, I'm getting messed up here. Oh jeez. Oh, I didn't realize he pushed us forward with that. Are there still rings back here? Thank heavens. Okay, I was like, can I get a ring, please? Oh shit, okay.
He's not gonna get away with it.
Okay, there we go. Oh god, I messed it up. Can I get at least a ring? Okay, okay. There we go. So he's going wild now, right? And they try to warn you, he's up to something. So you really have to, like, watch what he's gonna do.
Watch out. He's up to something.
And, like, try to stand by one of the edges of the... Like, see, I'm standing close to the edge of another platform there. If I stood on that platform and stayed, I could have died. Like, there goes the whole fight. And he blows up in a nuclear firebomb.
Hey, I'll play with you some other time.
How come he's like, Eggman legitimately could have just died from that, and he's like, I'll play with you some other time. But there you go. That is the Sonic campaign for Sonic Adventure. What a good start. I'm liking this. This is fun. And it's always fun to it's just to go back on this game. This is one of those games I pop in and, like, because the completion requirements aren't, like, big or anything like that, it's like you jump in, you have a good time, and you just do some Sonic Adventure. And I think it's been good on the Dreamcast so far. This looks good. I've been watching the stability of everything tonight, and overall this looks fine. I wish I could show off the higher the higher quality resolutions that the Dreamcast is able to put out, but even without that, like, this still looks fine. And this started the major theme of, like, Sonic games having vocal tracks, and then I'm not sure if that's Sonic talking or if that's him trying to sing along to the song, but see you later. And then again, for you eagle-eared listeners, look how far we've come from fighting chaos. Now, for all you eagle-eared listeners, too, this theme is the same theme that they used in Sonic Adventure 2, but they remixed it to be more of like an upbeat, like, ska rock song sort of a thing. But yeah, there you go. That's Sonic campaign. I think overall it still holds up. Still got a lot of good set pieces, still a lot of fun stages. Just overall simple, solid fun. Excuse me, I can feel the sleepy coming on. It is a weeknight, but yeah, simple, solid fun. That there's some stages that are a little goofy, and like I would love to have that first feel, like first look mindset to it again. Because it's like, I wonder how these would feel if I had never played this before, like hadn't played these all these years. But no, I think the old girl still holds up fine. And you got all these funny cutscenes in the background, like credits, clips that they'll throw together. Wow, these songs are corny and catchy as all hell. But I'm actually looking at the back of the box. Yeah, the thing is, even on the back of the box, they show all the characters, but most of the screen caps are of, like, Sonic stages. I don't know if you can see. Like, there's the Lost World, there's Speed Highway, and there's... Where is it? Yeah, there's, Emerald Coast. Let me see if the manual says anything interesting. I don't think so. I mean, most of it is just like it shows you your control layout. Yeah, nothing crazy. Oh, are there fun character bios in here somewhere? Explains how to use the chows. maybe we'll read a character bio every time we finish them. So Sonic, he's the world's fastest hypersonic hedgehog. With a strong love of freedom, the only thing Sonic hates is oppression. Despite his short temper, deep down he's a really nice guy who's 100% committed to helping those in trouble whenever and wherever he can. Sonic's adventure begins just as he is returning home from a long journey, ... Which, I don't know if that's supposed to imply that, like, that happens right after Sonic 3 and Knuckles or something, but there you go. And just listen to them go in on these, like, sick guitar tracks. Like, you can't tell me this isn't good stuff. No, I think they got the music just right with this game, where it's like, you got the hard rockin' tracks, but you still got, like, a lot more, like, these really upbeat tunes for a lot of the other stages. It's all super good, I think. I think they did a great job with the soundtracks in these games. Most people love these, not even just the vocal tracks, but there's, like, just solid tracks all around. Adventure 2 continues that, for sure. I still have that on the desk, too. Like, what... Right, yeah, no, I always forget this because, like, the whole big thing with Adventure 2 is, like, play as the villains in this game. So they were, like, really trying to push it on the back. Yeah, save the world or conquer it. Jeez, what a time. Anyway, shouts out 1998 ADX and MPEG encoders. Look at that Jet Set Radiohead logo for Sega Digital Studio. Thank you, Sonic Team Presents. And you get this nice little CG, like, portrait at the end. Finn did it. The vacation starts now. Flood was right the whole time. Vacation starts now. But yeah, there you go. That's Sonic's story. But we have plenty other stories to get to, which I'm pretty sure we unlocked everyone as playable now. Once you play through at least like one campaign, everyone should be playable. You like, I could have stopped as Sonic, picked up as like another character, and we could have finished Sonic last. Like, let me see really quick. And trial mode is just showing emblem results for all the different areas, and that's about it. And it shows who you beat the game as. That's really about it. There's not... Oh, excuse me. There's not a whole lot to do when it comes to that, but yeah, I mean, clear Sonic 100%. So next time, I don't know who we're gonna pick up as. We might do some of the weirdos, but we'll chill for now. But yeah, that's Sonic's story. I think that's a good start to Sonic Adventure. Some good old Dreamcast fun. That's really it. Don't have too much more to say at this point. You know, I'll definitely have more thoughts when we get into the other characters the other night. But I'm glad we gave this a start and go so far, and I didn't want to leave this off for those who voted in the poll before when we went with Mario Sunshine first. So hope y'all enjoyed this. So anyway, I am sleepy. It is a work night for me, so it's perfect time to turn in. That ended right where I like to cut it off for a good weeknight stream. So, same old right now. Sunday evenings, I will catch y'all then. Do me a favor and make sure you're following and get all those good notifications from me. I have links to my Twitter as well, where you will see that info. Only other thing I can think is like, hey, wear a damn mask, be smart, be safe. Hey, does the music not loop on the main menu? Oh, it cancels you out if you're just sitting for too long. Nice. That's funny. I've never seen a menu do that before. Anyway, wear a mask, be safe, be smart, and have fun as we get to see Gamma getting blown up again. But anyway, have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see y'all later. Take it easy.